That was the day before yesterday.
Yes.
That triggered the whole issue we're seeing now.
Yes. Okay. So it's been back and forth, right?
Too much.
A never-ending spectacle of merry-go-round. Just that it's not merry. It doesn't look merry if you scrutinize the words that are coming within this contest, right? Yeah. So they started in fact, months or years back, when IMF flagged this whole domestic gold purchase arrangement, right? And the allegations started coming. Okay, so these debts have been incurred, all right. Nobody disputes that. But on whose books would those debts be sitting? Gold Board or the central bank, right? A Gold Board has insisted, even including BOG at the point saying that no, only BOG cannot shoulder those losses. Gold Board still insisted that there was an arrangement. In fact, there was an arrangement that existed under PMMC, the domestic gold purchase arrangement.
In 2022.
Exactly, and that's what has been continued. And those terms were not different from the terms that the new Gold Board continued, right? So why should the debt arrangement be different? Long story short, Afenyo made it a pet subject that there must be accountability.
Yeah. So, and I agree to that.
Oh, yes, of course.
I agree. If some money has been lost, we need to be able to know how and who bears responsibility.
Exactly. So then, Afenyo embarked on media tours. The CEO for Gold Board responded with a number of media tours as well. Afenyo then called all of us 2 days ago to Parliament to address us. And he said a number of things, including what he describes as post-regime accountability. And he said some people's bail conditions will be onerous, right? And that if others are being given 50 million Ghana cedis bail conditions, then somebody who has caused $1.7 billion loss to the state ask for the bail condition unless Jesus Christ comes, right? So Sammy Jeffrey then decided to respond yesterday from the Jubilee House, right? And to his argument, the salient point, the IMF in its report never said that Gold Board had caused any loss to the government of Ghana, right? Or if you look at the books of Gold Board, in fact, they've actually recorded surplus. And what that means is that they've made profit. And so if there is any question to be directed at the $1.7 billion that has been flagged, it should be at the CMSN, right? The BOG governor, right? Okay, from all this, I think what excited me about Sammy Jemfi's commentary is the way forward. I'm always for the way forward.
Yeah.
Per his revelation, the whole of this year, Gold Board or Central Bank, none of them has recorded any losses. Yeah. This year, neither Gold Board nor the Central Bank of Ghana has recorded any losses relative to this deal.
Yeah.
And to me, that's where we should be going to. A loss has been occasioned that nobody can run away from. That loss occasion is you and I, our money. Right? Yeah. So, yes, we might not be blaming Sammy Jemfi. And we cannot blame him per the arrangement. But then we have to blame Addison, who is also another government appointee. Right? So let's ensure that this stops, because we cannot continuously be bleeding and then losing money to this particular arrangement. The arrangement is good. Strengthening our economy with gold.
Is the arrangement good or the rationale behind the arrangement that was good?
Okay, so the arrangement...
Because per Sammy Jemfi's assertion yesterday, the rationale behind it was good. But the arrangement itself was not put in place to make profit.
So the arrangement here, arrangement of buying gold and using gold to show up our economy. And the idea. The idea is good. Right?
But how it was executed?
But the deal itself and how the execution took place left much more to be desired.
Absolutely.
And so that must be fine too. And that's how come when it came to the fees and then the charges. From 15% came to 9%, came down to 5%, and we are now told that it's even less than 1% thereabout, right? What this means is that the 15% was too high, and nobody can do any dambalis around us. That is a fact, right? And that culminated into what we are talking about today. But like I said, the whole idea that, and that idea, obviously, everybody knows, emanating from the MPP administration, that let's use our mineral resources, specifically gold, to strengthen not just our currency, but also our economy and our reserves as well. That's good. And we've seen some dividends in that regard.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia for this idea.
Yes. So I think, and he says he's ready to come to Parliament. Yes.
He said he's even told Agaga that even if Apenyo doesn't call me for please get me to sit in front of Park.
But I think people must tone down. You see, sometimes in explaining yourself, sometimes if care is not taken, you might get carried away. So just tone down, you explain your side of the story as it is, and then we all make progress. Because we are all fighting for one country called Ghana. Right? Yes, we are.
And I like the fact that I'll not talk about Osahin's statement after the press conference yesterday. It says we're asking for numbers and clarity. You are insulting us.
Yes, and I knew that was going to happen, right? And that's the thing. If you give somebody a reason to take advantage, the person will take advantage.
Take it. That's it. That's it. And you see, and it brings back the whole conversation around how politicians, navigate things of national interest. Nobody's interested in the emotions of the politicians.
No.
We're not interested. At the end of the day, it's Ghana we are looking at. It's the country we are looking at. If we have made losses, we need to know. It's how difficult is that? But then don't involve your emotions and then go after people. Like, it shouldn't be a personal thing. Because at the end of the day, Osahin will not be where he is without the people of Ifutu.
Of course.
Who are Ghanaians. Sami Jemfi would never be where he is without the people of Ghana as well. So it's not about your individual interest, though. Osahin and Sami, please, we don't care about the two of you. What we care about is Ghana. And at the end of the day, if Ghana needs to move forward, that's all that matters to us. So if there should be a probe, why not? Probe, let us know. Then we know that, okay, we made a mistake here, or we did something here that occasioned this loss, for which reason we are not going back to it. In fact, Sami Jemfi has alluded to the fact that there are no losses occasioned this year. We've seen what Gold Board has done. Whether you like it or not, there is no NPP member today who would say that he would not want to be CEO of Gold Board.
Of course.
Me cry if I want to be CEO of Gold Board.
No,
they don't want to be CEO.
I've gone too far. Just be around.
We are aiming higher. We are aiming higher.
You see, please allow me. That's my driving. You to make your
place. That's true.
But yesterday, watching and reading commentary on Twitter, I realized that people were coming at Sami Jemfi because they said they felt he could have made his stance without, certain choice of words he used. There's one that stood out for me. He said he wasn't going to take moral lessons from
a brother.
Yes. And, that was... yesterday when I spoke to the representatives from the NPP and the NDC believed that this is a personal attack because it's Sami Jemfi. But the NPP also believe that we are asking questions. Don't insult us. Just give us the answers we want. So if Sami Jemfi is willing to avail himself for a probe, they're happy. So bring it on.
Like IB said, sometimes when you venture into certain places, you give people opportunities. So, and I'm not holding brief for anybody, but I feel that when the minority leader makes the assertion that when we come into power, your bill terms, personally, then it introduces, and that's what I'm saying, we are not interested in their emotions. So, Osahin, we are not interested in your emotions. Sami, we are not interested in your emotions. So please, let's focus on the issues. But that's what we do with issues.
It also fuels the entire conversation about this political persecution of when the NPP comes to power. This is what the NDC will do. I mean, then it puts the judiciary in a very tight corner because in what capacity would he say that when we come into power, your bill terms will be onerous? Anyway.
So that's politics. So the politics aspect of this whole Gold Board conversation. Who is Sami Jemfi again? He's the National Communications Officer of the NDC. We all know the role that Sami Jemfi played in putting Akufo-Addo's government
out of power.
Right? More or less like in the
But he played a significant role during the...
But he was handling communications.
I mean, so but he does a really good job.
That's the point I'm making. So we all witnessed what Sam George had to go through at his vetting, right? We all witnessed what Samuel Okuditu-Ablakwa had to go through at his vetting, right? So you should understand that if the three individuals I've mentioned have anything in common, it's about how they pursued the NDC agenda in opposition and what they did, right? That furthered the interest of the NDC, the reason why the NDC is in power today, right? You don't expect the NPP element to also treat them with kid gloves. No, you don't, right? And again, how many times have we not heard that the bail conditions that the MPP elements are receiving now, when they return to power tomorrow, those bail conditions will be worse. On countless occasions on this platform, we've heard that. Those are political commentary. Some of has equally responded. I'm not going to jail. I will not get any onerous bail conditions. Right? To me, that's a befitting response. It could have ended there. Right?
But
You
he
get the
added
point.
something
I will
else.
jail you. You can't jail me. You won't jail me. I'm doing nothing wrong. What do you mean you're focal?
You cry, you are not jailed.
Exactly.
You that occasion losses cry.
Yes, but
with
that one, I wonder how Dominica will be feeling because, right, if there's anybody who is expected to ensure that
it should be that the AG.
it should be the AG, right? So
See, politics here. The way we do our politics here. Yesterday, I was just listening. I said, hey, see Apenyo, a whole traditional ruler. Because of politics, see what Sami Jemfi has done to you. But hey, that's politics. And that's how sometimes, that's the excesses when it comes to our political communication that sometimes I wish that we could do away.
It's not an easy job. It's not. If you're sentimental, you're going to.
Yes.
Emotions.
But sometimes, after it's all said and done, you sit back and go like, okay. So I'm sure at a point, the two of them might be engaging at a point. See, let me tell you something that many people might not be privy to. Dr. Kesela Tufosa, at a point, was minority leader. And then he became majority leader, right? When NDC won, eventually. Afenyo was majority leader, and he became minority leader, right? Now, here's the thing. There are things, and they went at each other. Ato and what's the name? Afenyo Markin went at each other on the floor of Parliament, at press conferences, but they are the best of friends. Not just because they are from the same region, but if they tell you what they have done for each other behind the scenes, it will shock you.
No, that's what that
but they will put up the face, right? And if you don't take care, you are just a follower. That is what you look at and you get carried away, right? So I'm sure that at a point they will realize that we might have engaged in some excesses. Let's call it truce and ensure that
That's
we
so
work for
true.
Mother
Even
Ghana.
Joshua, you doing the breakfast review, your guest.
Oh,
Yeah.
When they are at each other's throats, even on breaks, you can see them conversing, and you're like, okay.
Just that
okay.
there were some people who came that even during break they were fighting. I still had to. But I understand that perfectly. Sometimes
totally.
the debate gets so intense. You think, oh, fisticuffs will follow, only for you to realize that these people they are taking this for granted. So the fanatics, those who follow these people, please know that sometimes you will be fighting someone's fight and the person will be enjoying somewhere.
Exactly.
And when you get jailed for that, they would barely come and visit you. If you like, go ask your mom to me.
But it's the media people for me. You see, why would a media person tie your aprons to a political party? If you are a politician before you become a media person, I don't have a problem. But if you are in already, right? You know what that means? For 8 years, come to a bed, right? And then you have to wait.
But you see, people come on their mouth for 8
Okay.
years. Yes. Today they are eating.
And also,
Today they are eating.
And also-
That's why you and me will be here.
Interesting.
No, but it's true. I've had people who have consistently been like, Kodjo, Charlie, this neutral thing won't
You know
help.
the way
Go and take party card. I said, we cannot all be politicians.
Yeah.
People have said, Charlie, you have to start nursing political ambition. I said, we cannot all be politicians.
No, we
if we all become politicians, who will think about Ghana? Because the truth of the matter is that the politicians are not thinking about Ghana.
Yeah.
If they were thinking about Ghana, from 1992 to 2026, we still don't have an effective rail system.
Yeah.
You think politicians are thinking about Ghana?
Yeah, they try.
Where's your
They
national
try-
airline?
They try to think about Ghana.
They pretend.
They give a semblance.
pretend.
So we'll get a ministry for railway development.
Pretend to think about
Oh, they
Ghana.
pretend.
Oh, they
They
do.
pretend.
They
And
do.
what are you talking about?
They do.
You deserve a good card.
No, because that's the truth.
They
I
pretend.
sometimes find it so difficult to understand certain little things that you would have, elsewhere. It's so
basic,
normal.
it's basic.
But here it's a miracle. Why don't you have a railway system?
Not Abuaji.
I mean, not Abuaji. That's what you.
Anyway, so that brings us to the end of Inside Out.
But we have papers.
We have papers.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what the papers have for us this morning.
So the Business and Financial Times is our first paper this morning, and it says Ghana passport ranks 123rd globally. I think I want to read that story and get to understand how. Also, Absa Bank supports 456 million euro financing for Gensa Energy's next phase of growth. 10.8 billion CDDDEP payment strengthens debt market credibility. And Bank of Ghana, or Bank of Africa rather, appoints Ellis Erasmus Katwebeze as Deputy MD. SMEs 96% aligned with global sustainability reporting standards. Also, the pillars were never forgotten gold. And that's a feature. Another feature, transforming the gold board case study into a blueprint for national education. And that's your BNFT this morning.
Our next paper is from the publisher. Gold Board loss claims false. That is by Sami Jemfi. NPP chairmanship. Eastern region endorses Ejako. Judge's illness stalls Wuntumi's bail hearing. And this story is on page 3.
Charlie, so the hearing is set for October after legal vacation. Oh. Wuntumi
has been in jail for more than a month now. Okay.
Sometimes I wonder how he's coping.
He's coping. No, we can only wonder.
Yeah, I wonder how he's coping.
When you are sick and you are bedridden, you are unable
that's
to
really
move.
a very humbling experience.
Yeah, that's you even just being afflicted by illness. Imagine you being caged in a very small, confined space, and you cannot move.
No matter how good the conditions are for you because of who you are, the whole idea of the fact that you're not in the comfort of your home, you don't have an air conditioner, you can't drive around, you can't decide when to sleep and when to wake up. You can everything is decided for you. That alone, you know, if you visit the prisons, the visit alone is a humbling experience. Talk about staying there and now being
it changes your entire perspective.
I don't think they call him Wuntumi. They call him by a number, maybe.
Inmate's number. Oh my goodness!
That's how, and that's why I keep saying, whatever you do, if it is possible, avoid
things that can take you to jail.
Take you to jail. Avoid it. Try. If police arrest you, I beg you just talk and then don't let it proceed to court.
Exactly. So the other headlines from the exclusive newspaper: Akando warns board against management interference, and Gold Board CEO challenges Afenyo Marking over lost claims. Opariado urges youth to turn ideas into action. He's also asking all ministries, departments, and agencies to publish what they have done for the young people of this country. That would take a while, you know that, right?
But Malik said everything that was promised had been achieved.
No, but he says the president will achieve all before he leaves office. That's what Oparado says. So give to Malik what Malik has said. Give to Oparado.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So Malik says that they've been able to fulfill
all their youth
all the thing the youth. And the minister who is in charge of the youth says, anyway.
Yeah, so like maybe Malik Basintali was talking about the Youth Employment Agency and the promises that
we heard him.
Oh, okay.
So the promises that they made about for the youth.
Yes. So he's giving to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. And then, okay. So Omobia urges miners to build stronger health systems. And NITA urges innovation to drive Ghana's digital transformation. That is it for... Oh, okay. I think I left the cocoa board.
You left. Come back to the. You left Dr. Randy Abbey.
Yes. Come back to the exclusive. Yes. Is that cocoa farmers welcome reforms, seek continued engagement. Yes. The exclusive. It's one of the new newspapers that came with this administration.
Okay.
The Daybreak newspaper, they say freedom in truth. GJ at 77. GHOne calls for stronger ethical journalism as digital media transforms industry. National Youth Forum 2026. Ghana
should ask for good salaries for media people.
Yeah. The salary should reflect the times. It should not be, because now we are not using pens as much,
Have you realized our industry is very choked and saturated?
Oh, yes.
Now, media houses have had to recycle the same people who are here and then they come and beg you, can you come
here? And you know what?
People are not joining.
But the funny thing is that a lot of schools are churning out a lot of people on a daily basis. Unimark is churning out people. AUCB is churning out people. And the mushroom ones are churning out a lot of students.
They must rework on their
it's serious.
The young people who are coming from Unimark, GIJ, right?
Yeah, Unimark IJ.
IJ.
Yes.
It leaves a lot to be desired.
University of Ghana is churning out a lot of communication students.
Is taking too much of their time. Tell them, call a spade a spade. TikTok has been taking too much of their time. The young boys and girls coming from Unimark IJ.
UPSA, communication students. And they want to be, they tell me, Kodjo, we want to be journalists. They come here, they want to
They
speak
want to be on TV. See, that's what you see, you don't get it. They just want to be on TV. They don't tell you. Anyway.
Okay, let me do the day break and go. Oh, but I'm not done with the day break. Ghana's youth demand a greater role in shaping national development. There's also Gold War. Sami Jemfi admits losses after raining wild insults on Afenyo market. That's the day break. Hey, Charlie, this caption. Anyways, let's check out
the Daily Searchlight. Sami Jemfi ready to duel Afenyo market in Parliament.
So dance,
but
tango.
Minority maintains stance on losses. GJ at 77, the president calls for collective action to secure future of Ghanaian journalism. MPs NPP executives pick nomination form for Nanabi's first vice chairman bid. ANSA Foundation donate essential. I can't really see my
essential items to Philomena Goodman Orphanage in Pukwase.
Okay, and that's it for the front page.
Okay, the Chronicle this morning, the finance paper I have. Go away. Disabled graduate refused to hand over petition to presidential aid. That's not factual though. Eventually they actually handed.
Yeah.
But he's here, Dr. is here.
Yeah.
So,
but in the beginning they said they will not give it to him.
I think I saw a
he spoke to
video.
them and then he wanted to even, I think he even started moving away. And then one person asked,
what's this
so will
culture?
you come again?
What's this culture that is brewing?
I don't know.
This is
I don't know.
really
It's a culture that must be discouraged.
Very.
You see, an office is an office.
No
if you
matter
respect that
who-
office, you don't put out these.
So you come to GH1, you want to hand over petition to the CEO Bolari, and Bolari is not available, and I'm taking the
No,
petition.
me, like ordinary person like me.
But I'm ordinary.
Okay.
That's why you're saying no, me. Like, me, Kodjo Mensah, I can't. You say you can give it to me because I'm not Bola. Be there.
Go away.
Be there.
Yeah. It's not like we want to attend to that anyway. Customs Commissioner visits Tema collection to boost revenue. Yeah, that's a good one. So Gold Board did not make losses in 2025, Sami Jemfi is saying. And the quotation for this morning, 1 Kings 2, verse 20. I have one small request to make of you. She said, do not refuse me. The king replied.
Oh, director.
Charlie.
The king replied, make it my mother. Make it my mother, right? I would not refuse you.
Oh.
Okay. So make the request. I will not refuse.
not
That's
refuse.
beautiful. That sounds like a love letter.
Yes.
It's Ivy's understanding of the Bible verses.
That's what the Chronicle has done to him.
Okay, so the Daily Guide.
Oh, that's your turn.
Oh, okay. The Daily Guide newspaper this morning, 22 billion CD gold sales loss. I want to appear in Parliament. That's Sami Jemfi. Government must not compromise Achimota Forest. Nana Jumosapon there. You can't claim gains and deny losses. Minority to Gold Board CEO. AI disinformation threatened journalism. GJ president still do not talk about the money. Want to meet bill pending appeal pushed to October 15. And so Chairman want to me still in the cooler till October 15.
Anyway, it looks like that's the end of the papers this morning.
Yes. Me too, I have a scripture for Ghanaians. Galatians chapter 3, verse 1.
What's there?
What does it say?
We don't go to Sunday school with you.
The day is spiritual. Galatians chapter 3, verse 1.
Okay.
Do we have time, director?
Just read the A part and leave the rest. Because I really feel that as Ghanaians, we've been bewitched some way, somehow.
Oh, okay.
Galatians chapter 1.
3 verse 1.
Okay, so we need to be exercised or something.
Because what we are doing as a country...
Hey, I can't read this.
It's in the Bible. We are not making sense as a people.
But once in the Bible,
It's in the Bible. I said just read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is what
Galatians
it
chapter 3,
says.
verse 1. Call.
Oh, foolish Galatians.
Yes.
Who has bewitched you
That's all.
that
That's
you
it.
should
That's
not
it.
obey the truth?
That's
Is
all.
that a quotation for this morning?
That's my... It's been boiling my spirits.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if
So,
it's the
please.
Galatians, that's a G. And Ghana
You know what?
also
We are
starts with a G.
That's it. We'll be right
Galatians
back after
chapter
this.
3, verse 1. Interesting. Anyway.
So we'll take a break. Our guests are in. We'll get into the conversations. Staying on with us, this is still GA Today on GHOne Television with me, Joshua Kodjo Mensah. But let's now bring you the breakfast review. My guests have joined me in studio this morning, and this morning I have Dr. Samia. He's a presidential aide, and he's here with Andy Kufu, who is a member of the NPP's communications team. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Andy, how's it been?
So far, so good. Just that this morning I had to go and look for my box iron to iron my shirt.
Oh.
I woke up to doom so.
Oh, but Gridco says it was a fault that with one of their lines, so they are working on it and they are restoring power as well.
We are hoping so.
You're hoping so?
Yes.
And I don't trust Gridco again.
Oh, we are hoping so. I mean,
Doug, it's been a minute. Hope you are well.
By God's grace, we are managing. We are managing. Small.
Yeah. So yesterday, you had an incident. In fact, when petitions were to be presented, you came to receive petitions, and the disabled graduate, they decided not to hand over the petition to you. How did that end?
Yes. Let me first of all say good morning to our viewers. Good morning to my good brother here and your good self. I think that yesterday I received notification that a group that calls itself Coalition of Unemployed Graduates with Disabilities had a petition to present to His Excellency the President concerning some unemployment issues among their ranks.
Yeah.
So, as listening, as the President is and has always been, I was asked to represent His Excellency the President to take that petition, only for me to go and to be told that I do not have the gravitas or capacity to take a petition on behalf of the President. Never mind that it is the presidency that actually directed me. So I was standing instead of His Excellency the President. But unfortunately, they are also within their rights to, decide whoever they give petitions to. But they must avert their minds to the fact that I was delegated by His Excellency the President. So I was standing because His Excellency the President directed me to take that petition.
Right.
Unfortunately, one of the issues that actually went on was that they claim that they have been unemployed for the past 5 to 8 to 10 years. It is unfortunate that in the last 5 to 8 to 10 years, none of them came to the Jubilee House to come and, demonstrate or petition. Now, the question that arises is that what's really the motivation that in the last 1 year, they have now found a need that their ranks have to get employed. I'm not saying that they don't have the right. They have every right. Every Ghanaian, every young person has a right to demand that they get some employment opportunities or some good environment is provided for them to get jobs. But one question that, just like I asked, that what is the motivation now? Because they have been unemployed for the past 10 years. Why is it that suddenly they found a need to do that? But right after the, interaction, I got the information that the spokesperson of the group actually is an employee at the Kuapim South District Assembly. And he is actually a serial caller of the MPP, a known serial caller of the MPP, and is currently employed. And not only himself, a number of his people have been employed. That is not to say that all of them have been employed, and that is also not to say that they do not deserve employment. They do deserve employment. One issue they raised was that they believe that government has discriminated against them because in the last recruitment exercise at Ghana Education Service, they were supposed to get employment. They claim that none of them got employment without providing any evidence or any document of evidentiary basis to substantiate their claim. Indeed, I know that going forward, the Education Ministry or the Ghana Education Service will actually respond to that claim. Right. You understand the point? But overall, I think that I have no issues with that. I'm happy that they came, just like many other groups came. Last year or early this year, we saw the members in the health sector who have who had not been employed. We are told that only recently 14,000 of them are getting employed. I've seen a number of postings that have gone on. We saw same for pharmacy students. We saw same for some batches of teachers and what have you. So it is, Rome was not built in a day. Gradually, President Mahama and his government are putting in place steps to ensure that available employment opportunities are put in place for them. And so we are always willing to engage.
And you asked the question, why now? Could it not also be because there was a promise that 5% of employment was going to be reserved for them, for which, in fact, it's one of the demands they are making, that yes, you promised that you were going to give a quota, a 5% quota to them, and they are not saying that.
Yes, but I'm saying that the leader or the spokesperson is actually employed. You understand? And he has been employed for some time now. You understand? So what really is the motivation? That is not to say that they don't deserve. They have every right to do that. And I'm saying that when they presented a petition, they did not provide any evidentiary basis or document of the evidentiary basis to actually substantiate their claim that none of them was employed, especially when the leader who actually addressed government is actually employed. That creates the impression as though there is some hidden agenda behind what actually happened. But in all, we accept the responsibility to deliver on the mandate given us. Government has rolled out a number of programs I believe they can take advantage of. As we speak, National Apprenticeship Program is ongoing. A GHOne program is ongoing. 1 million coders program is ongoing. Government has also allocated over 400 million Ghana cedis in an escrow account at the Bank of Ghana for the establishment of the National Women Development Bank, which will come very soon. You understand the point I'm making? And so they can take advantage of all of that. But just like they have intimated, the government will look at their petition if there are some opportunities.
But did the government get a petition finally?
So I'm told that Nana Yajantua, who is a senior member, also a senior member of government, a presidential staffer, for that matter, actually met them and took the petition. I have not seen videos to that effect, but I'm told. I can verify it afterward. But whichever way it is, they are always welcome anytime they want to petition the office of the president. The opportunity is there for all.
Okay. Andy, I'm sure you also saw the incident yesterday.
I did. So there's this saying that be your brother's keeper. And so if I am employed and I form part of an association that most of my people are not employed, I can equally take the opportunity to lead the charge for us to go and seek what is due us, especially with a promise. You see, the challenge here is that anytime someone comes to demand accountability or what is due them as a citizen of this country, this current government turns it into something else. I mean, I understand my brother was supposed to take the petition. They made all sorts of claims and all of that. Yeah. But truth is, I mean, if I lead a delegation and I'm employed, majority of my people are not employed. And so I have to join them to come and seek what is due us, especially what this current government actually promised them. And so that is why they came there for what they were promised. And so we are just hoping that their demands will be met. But as it stands now, we've not seen any of the responses. And so let's just hope that they will come out to respond and then we'll know the way forward for them.
Very well. And
but before that, I mean, some impression has been created that we are, opposed to people demanding for some conditions. That has never been the case. In fact, under this government, this is the only government that His Excellency the President himself has actually called people to criticize the government or demand for whatever they think they want. When the President made the CEOs and the media at the Jubilee House, he made the point that everyone is allowed. Everyone, I mean, they should keep their criticisms coming. And even under the MPP, where places like the Jubilee House were declared as security zones and people were not allowed to demonstrate, I can tell you on authority that under this regime, even the MPP alone has had 3 demonstrations. They did the Save the Judiciary demonstration. They did the Judiciary Under Attack demonstration. They did the Ensure Hunahuna demonstration. Nobody poured hot water cannons on them. Nobody fired rubber bullets at them. That was not the case under the MPP, because we also, when law students who were protesting for larger opportunities to enter the law school, they were beaten to pulp. Some of them were arrested. Hot water was poured on them. Live rubber bullets were fired at them in front of the presidency. You understand? Nothing of that nature has happened under this regime. So you should be able to understand and know exactly what you want to say. Because if you want to say about, if you want to talk about the opposition to citizens demanding for right conditions, clearly, you cannot mention the NDC government. That blame must be laid at the doorsteps of the previous regime under President Kufuor and Dr. Bawumia, and we must set the record straight.
But
yes,
Chief,
briefly on this. Yeah.
But the truth is, all the demonstrations you've mentioned, you could tell that the NPP gentlemen were responsible. And that is why we didn't see any nature of what he's saying. And truth is, you see, whatever reason why a petition was sent has still not been fixed. You see, it's not about receiving petitions, and it's not about people coming into your office, but it's about getting the job done and what you promised Ghanaians. And that is what we are looking for. If I come to your office 10 times and you receive me, and yes, though you don't do what I'm looking for, then what is the essence? And that is why we are saying that with this current government, anytime you ask questions, accountability, it turns into something else. And I'm sure that moving forward, we'll be able to discuss much of that.
My good brother, I don't know whether my brother here just came to Ghana this morning. Don't you know that Afenyo Makin is under investigation for assaulting a police officer? They demonstrated at the Jubilee House. Your minority leader, if you don't know, let me tell you, actually assaulted a policeman on live TV. And you say that nothing happened. Did you just arrive in Ghana?
We are still waiting for the investigation.
Relax.
We are still waiting for
when
it.
When you were talking, I was quiet. Let me also talk. He says that all the petitions and the demonstrations that have happened under this government, none of the issues have been resolved. Are you being just mischievous, or you are just ignorant about what is going on in this country?
No, so just tell us.
Relax. Pharmacy students petition in this country right from 2023 about the protracted payment of their house job allowances. Your government did not pay. It is the NDC government that have come to pay. Nursing students protested in this country and some of them actually insulted the health minister in this country. Only last week, didn't you see the health minister meet that group? And financial clearance has been given to them, and they are going to start work, where they themselves actually presented smoke, batakari to the health minister to thank him for responding to their issues.
How many
Please, let me talk. When you were talking, I was quiet. In this country, we've seen trainee teachers demonstrate at the Jubilee House and Education Ministry and some other places in this country, where they had the Education Minister, the Honorable Haruna Idrisu, the respected Haruna Idrisu, and the Deputy Finance Minister addressed them. And subsequently, financial clearance has been given in that regard. So, if you want to discuss results to petitions and demonstrations that have happened, why? The law students that were beaten in front of the Jubilee House under your watch, under the watch of a president who is a lawyer at the time, President Kufuor, whose executive secretary is a lawyer, Nana Asante Bediye at the time, whose deputy chief of staff, Abu Jinapo, is a lawyer, saw to it that law students that were demanding for opportunities into the law profession were beaten to pulp in this country. Is it not the NDC government that have made different arrangements to expand access to law education in this country? So what really is your point? What is your position? You see, it is good if you want to equalize, but you must be able to equalize with lies. Put lies and lies together, not, engage in any asymmetric propaganda that does not solve the issue. The point must be made clearly that the kind of opposition and the suspect we saw under the previous regime, that has not been done.
Okay.
You understand the point? In the previous regime, even when Ghanaians were demanding for better access to electricity and power, they were told to go and prepare their own timetables in this country. Today, you are sitting here telling me that you were not able, you had to use your box iron because there was doom. So when GridCo had issued a statement and telling us exactly what has happened, as I speak, Koforidua experienced the issue this morning. Lives have been, they have been connected to the grid. Adenta has been connected. So clearly, it is a one-off situation, not because there is doom. So under your watch, the energy sector was so terrible that you were owing people that were supplying you power. People that were supplying you fuel, you were owing them. Government had to pay $1.47 billion last year to clear your debts. You were owing almost all IPPs in this country. This government has cleared it. You basically destroyed ECG, the cash waterfall mechanism that ECG had to use to pay its debt. You people destroyed it. It is this government that is making sure that it's done. So really, you have nothing to say on this matter. There's no basis for all the claims you are making because this government has been responsible. This government has been responsive. This government has been tolerant and peaceful towards people who actually voice out their concerns.
Right. Andy, you have the final word.
All right, so this is clearly to say that we don't care about what you are saying. The NPP kept the lights on. You are here telling us about what you have done. But at a point in your government, we experienced doom so. Even this morning. And yes, there's a challenge from grid, and then we are hoping that they solve it. But truth is, under your administration, we experienced doom so. Government 1, government 2, we are experiencing doom so. And so the point is not about what has caused this. The problem is that you need to fix it. And if you are telling me that I have created a problem, yes, still under the problem that you are saying, I have kept lights on, then what is the essence of what you are saying? So the bottom line is that this government, the moment you start talking about this government, now they want to shift the blame to when you were in government. But the truth is, we voted in 2024 and you won elections. And what you have promised Ghanaians, have you delivered on your mandate? What you told us you were going to do, has it been done? That is what we are supposed to be discussing because you are in government.
What did you say?
You had your time. No, you had your time. Let me speak. You had your time. What we are saying is that fix everything you have told us you are going to do. Do whatever you have told us you are going to do. A 24-hour economy, now what do we see? You sit here and tell us that you've worked on whatever you promised. What have you promised and what have you done? What we are seeking is that we voted for you in power. We voted you into power in 2024. Yeah. We told you to fix whatever. You told us that when Ghanaians vote for you, you are going to do this for Ghanaians. Have you done it? 24-hour economy, where is it? Your secretariat closes at 5. Now people are even now there's a clear confusion to even say that the 24-hour market is even under the 24-hour economy. Ghanaians are complaining about jobs. I'm sure as part of the reasons why we are even here today. So let's not go much into it. Let's go into today's topics, and I'm sure when we get there, we'll discuss the matter clearly.
All right, my good brother, we will get to the topics. Yes, there's no problem. But you see, the MPP, they seem to tickle themselves and they laugh. He says that, we promised a number of things to the people of Ghana, and we've not been able to do it. That's why I'm asking him whether he just came to Ghana this morning or he just began political communication. Because if you're a political communicator, statements like this you don't make. Because one of the major promises that His Excellency President Mahama made to the people of Ghana was that he will revive the Ghanaian economy and stabilize the Ghanaian currency. In your candid opinion as a journalist, had the economy been revived? Has it been stabilized? I want to ask you, is it a yes or no?
Oh, no, of course. That's very clear.
It has been stabilized.
Yes, but he's talking on the 24 hours.
No, relax.
He says that was the trump card.
He has decided to do cherry picking. And I will get there. There's no problem about it. President Mahama said that he will stabilize the Ghanaian currency. President Mahama has done it. The job President Kufuor gave Dr. Baumia, who is their flag bearer, who he's here this morning speaking for. His flag bearer ran away from that job and told us on 7 February 2024 at the UPSA that his decisions as the chairman of the economic management team is not binding on cabinet. What it means is that when he advises President Kufuor doesn't take it. That was your legacy as a government. You made sure that 1 million Ghanaians had lost their money through domestic debt exchange program. That was the height of uselessness of a regime that you sit here this morning to defend. And you are hoping that the people of Ghana vote for you in 2024. We told the people of Ghana that when we come into government, in the education sector alone, we will make sure that there is smooth implementation of free SHS. The highest amount of money that has been allocated to free SHS happened under this regime. 3.4 billion in 2025, 4.2 billion in 2026. what has been their records as far as free SHS is concerned. Why? Under the award, didn't we hear headmasters threatening to close down schools? Haven't we done free tertiary education for persons with disability? Haven't we paid the first year school fees of over 154,000 young students who went to first year? Haven't we done it? In the health sector alone, President Mahama made categorical promises that he will uncap national health insurance levy, which the MPP put a cap on. That several hospitals in this country threatened, and at the point their health minister told us that he doesn't use his health insurance card again because it is useless. They deprived National Health Insurance Scheme of resources that the scheme was collapsing. Under this regime, President Mahama has uncapped it. The highest amount of money that has ever gone into the coffers of National Health Insurance.
He's still not speaking about his card into government.
You are Russian. I'll discuss it.
We've not even dealt with
no knowledge about 24 hours.
About 20. So
let me talk. You are not the one to tell me what to discuss. So
that was what I brought up.
Keep
so
quiet.
Discuss it.
This is not an MPP platform. This is not on my FM or Want to Be TV. Keep quiet.
So discuss it.
Keep quiet and let me talk. You can't decide for me what I should discuss. President Mahama told us that he would do free primary health care. Has the president delivered on it or not? President Mahama told us that he would do Ghana Medical Trust Fund to take care of people living with non-communicable disease. Has he done it or not? President Mahama told that he will stabilize the energy sector and pay debt in the sector. Has he not done it? Today, as to speak, there's a second gas plant that this government is trying to put up. I can go on and on. In every sector, in the road sector, the largest amount of money in road infrastructure has happened under this regime. The big push project. We are even continuing project that you started and spent the money and left it. Go to the Pokwasi Road, go and check the Swami interchange, the region that gives you the largest amount of votes in this country. You could not do one interchange in Ashanti region. It is the NDC government that is making sure that is done. I can go on, and he makes mention of 24 hours economy.
Yes.
You people,
133.
You people are suffering from policy pride. When a policy comes, instead of you to sit down and read what is happening in the projects, you decide to engage in selective amnesia and selective reading, just like the minority leader did recently on the IMF report about the domestic good purchase program. When President Mahama came, he told the people of Ghana in his 120-day social contract that he will provide the necessary legislation for the establishment or the rollout of 24 hours economy. What did the president do? The president appointed a presidential advisor in charge of that. Is that not it? Subsequently, they did engagements all across the country to create a legislation, a bill for the establishment of 24 hours authority. Has that been done or not? It has been done.
Yes.
Only recently I was on this platform where the 24 hours economy authority issued a statement on 16th of June, when the Honorable Kodjo actually stood in Parliament and made some misleading claims about the authority. The president said that the program will happen largely in the private sector and in some institutions in the public sector. I want to ask you a question. Has Ghana Ports and Harbours launched a 24-hour policy or not? They have. Yes. Has the Passport Office launched a 24-hour program or not? They've done. Has the EVLA done it? Yes, they've done. Has the Assembly Press launched it? Yes, they've done it. I can mention a number of state institutions that are running it and a number of people who have been employed. Tema Oil Refinery, you recall that only 2-3 weeks ago, President Mahama commissioned the crude distillation units at all, where the CEO actually put on his Facebook post that because of the work they are doing and the 24-hour system they are doing under the program the National Petroleum Authority actually, commissioned, they have been able to employ 1,547 young people, including engineers, that have been employed since the MPP time, that have been unemployed since the MPP time. The National Petroleum Authority on 12th of May issued a statement that they began implementation of 24-hour economy where they are involving 268 filling stations, 2 oil refineries, which is Tema Oil Refinery, and the Central Oil, where 8 bulk storage points are also part of the program. In fact, when you read the 24-hour economy authority, the secretariat, their statements, they tell you that they are engaging in a $5.4 billion arrangement with private entities to roll out the program. There's one energy program in Bupe, which is about to produce 1,300 megawatts of energy. By phase 1 will be completed in 2027, which will employ 13,000 young people in this country. There's an arrangement called the Air Cargo Hub, where the authority is engaging some private investors to roll out that program. I can go on and on and on.
But Sammy, the question that I've been asking and I've not had an answer to is that in these areas where you're running a 24-hour economy, how many specific jobs, new jobs, have been created as a result?
I've mentioned to you that Atema Oil Refining alone, which is part of the National Petroleum Authority 24-hour economy, has employed 1,547. Specifically.
No, because
the managing director put it on the social media that because of that arrangement, they've been able to employ 1,547 young people. And you are sitting here claiming that nothing has been done under the program. I'm saying that government is not in a rush.
Okay.
The 24-hour economy program or policy is not an ad hoc or knee-jerk program. It is not like one of those one nation, one factory, one village, one dam, 1 million per constituency promise that Dr. Bawumia and President Kufuor gave when they had no idea how to implement it. We have gone ahead to institute an authority. We've had we've had legislation to it. They've issued statements about partnership they are doing. It is a big policy. It is not a policy that you can do within a month or two. When you go to the US and the UK, that program took several years for it to be implemented. But we will not receive lectures from the MPP. The only people who engage are genuine Ghanaians who are genuinely interested in the program. They are the ones who know exactly how far the program is ongoing. I've told you that we've done a lot of our programs. As for 24-hour economy, state institutions, some of them have started. The arrangement with private entities, it is ongoing. And when, at the end of the day, in about 2 or 3 years, we want to have an assessment, we can always come and sit here and tell you what we have done under the program. So we will not listen to lectures from the MPP because all the program that they did, all of them failed massively because there was no feasibility studies done, there was no sustainability, there was no legal backing to that program. That is why all the program they did failed. They did it hastily without any knowledge about the program. And they are expecting that same will be done so that at the end of the day, when Ghanaian people decide to assess the impact of our program, they will have the same results as all their programs. So really, there is no issue. And we'll solve the matters. And this is not an issue.
Under the 24-hour economy, like he's saying. And so he says that, I think yesterday, he said that some filling stations, he made mention of a number of them, have started the 24-hour economy. And so how many young people have they been employed? And so I want every Ghanaian watching today, every youth watching today. Samia is telling us that. Now, if you're a youth and you're watching him, he's saying that go to Airport Shell today and go and seek for a job because there's 24-hour economy running there. And for Airport Shell, it has been in existence for long. I'm sure you know about it. And so the filling stations that he's talking about, he's telling Ghanaian youth today that if you are watching him, Samia is saying that go to the filling stations and go and seek for jobs. And that is what he promised you. What we are asking them and what they are telling us is two different things altogether. You realized what they told us about 24-hour economy and what they are telling us today. It's been almost 2 years. You are telling us that you are still talking to private entities. You are still engaging private entities. The last time that I was here, I remember very well, the last time I was here, the NDC gentleman that came spoke about the same thing. Oh, we'll soon enroll it. We are here today. The last time I was here, oh, Women's Bank, we'll soon enroll it. We are here. What we are asking them is the average Ghanaian, the youth who has completed university and is home and looking and seeking for job. That is what we are asking them. You promised them 24-hour economy. So in their minds, I'm going to vote for the NDC because when the NDC comes into power, at least my brother will go to work from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Someone will take over and then someone will come in the evening.
The system that needs to be implemented. So they are taking their time
to implementing the system, you came into government where a chief of staff issued a fiat that we should sack certain people. And that is the 24-hour economy you're talking about. Instead, we thought that, oh, people have been employed. And so let's allow them go through the system. Once they are done and we are in government now, we employ other people to continue. But rather, you chose to sack people. And you sit here and tell us that you are still enrolling the 24-hour economy and your 24-hour market. You are telling somebody from Kenya University who did biological sciences that, oh, there's a 24-hour market too, and so we've enrolled our 24-hour economy. Is that what they are telling Ghanaians?
But they say that is not the implementation of 24-hour economy.
And so they should let us know what they have done under 24. What he's telling me is just like you asking him that how many people have been employed. And so with the filling stations that he's talking about, they run a 24-hour economy. How many people have been employed? So our Ghanaian youth should go there and seek for employment because they are running a 24-hour economy. That is what he's telling us today. But he's a presidential staffer. And he's telling us that we could go to the filling stations because they are running a 24-hour economy. I'm sure, you see, when it comes to issues of employment, because he is a youth, I'm expecting that he should tell us that, look, we are seeking to do well. We are seeking to do more for the Ghanaian people. Don't sit here and tell us that what you have done is enough. How do you tell us that what you have done is enough? While you know that there are a lot of you, recently, I think 2 days ago, there was a conference on this unemployment issue. And we're talking about people that are unemployed. And these are real figures. And so you sit here and tell us that 24-hour economy, we are still engaging the private entities and very soon they will roll it out. When are they starting? Give us timelines. Because all we are demanding is jobs for our people. And if you tell the NDC that, this is what we are asking, even if you seek accountability from them, you listen to what they will tell you. Now they'll start insults. And anytime they want to equalize, they'll compare it to the previous government. We voted for you in 2024 to come into power. We didn't say come and tell us what the previous administration did that it took them into opposition. You are in power now, so fix it.
Right.
And that is what we are talking about. And not you telling us what the previous government did. That is why we are in opposition. And so you are in government today. And we are asking for accountability. And you sit there and tell us everything you want to tell us because you think that you are in government. But that is not the case. And that is not what Ghanaians actually brought this government into power for.
Right.
Solve the issues. Fix
brother.
it.
Okay.
My good brother.
We need to get into the issues.
We'll get there.
Yes.
At the very least, as I sit here, I'm confident that President Mahama will not shirk his responsibility to anyone.
Okay.
President Mahama will not say that if I do all today, what will I do tomorrow? Like his candidate, who is the flag bearer. When he was asked to take responsibility because he was left with about 6 months in government, his candidate told us that if he fixes the issue, what will he do when he becomes president? That was how irresponsible Dr. Bawumia was when he was the vice president. Today, I have sat here and told you what the National Petroleum Authority is doing. I have mentioned to you the number of jobs, 1,547 jobs that have been created at Tema Oil Refinery because of the program that is being run. He sat here and he could not dispute it because he has no facts. He has not read about the program. He doesn't have the humility to read about it. Because as for them, it is about misrepresenting facts. It's about creating false narratives about programs. Didn't I mention to you about the Bupe energy program that is happening? Yeah. Where I have told you that it has already started. And that the first phase of it will be commissioned in 2027, where it will create 13,000 jobs. I sat here in this chair 2 weeks ago and detailed for you all the public-private partnerships that are happening in the 24 Hours Economy Authority. I made mention of the air cargo. I've told you about some initiatives we are doing in oil, palm, and what have you under the 24 Hours Economy, where it will create thousands of jobs for this country. You sit here, you want to criticize it without providing any evidence. All is commentary. You recall that when we made mention of 24 Hours Economy, NPP said in their budget that they will do a night economy or blue economy. Do you remember? When Kenoforiata read the budget, they said they will do a night economy. Where is the night economy?
Okay.
So, please, it's not your turn. Let me talk. He should be able to tell me where they implemented that night economy before he comments on 24 Hours Economy. Because as far as I'm concerned, the 24 Hours Economy is a groundbreaking, far-reaching policy that will affect several sectors of the Ghanaian economy. Today, we are doing big push. Everywhere you go in this country, there are young people working at various construction sites 24 hours. Nobody can tell me that when President Mahama made mention of that program, we did not list the construction sector as part of the sectors where the 24-hour economy will be implemented.
Right.
We made mention of the construction sector. We made mention of the mining sector. We made mention of actual businesses that government is going to partner to roll out that program to expand the Ghanaian economy and create jobs for the young people. So the haste with which the NPP is trying to push for government to roll that program haphazardly as they actually rolled out all their flagship programs, that will not happen. Government will take time to implement it step by step in both public institutions and private institutions. At the end of the day, all of us can sit here and do a proper analysis of it. I know that he cannot explain or defend the 24 hours, but he himself has not read it. The leadership of the NPP from Dr. Baumia, President Kufuor, and all the national executive, none of them took time to read about the program. And so I don't expect any meaningful criticism from them. They started doing this from opposition. It is not now when they started doing it when they were in government. It is not now that they are in opposition that they will say anything better about the 24 hours economy. We are focused, we are determined, and we will deliver just like we've delivered all the promises that we made to the people of Ghana. Same promises they couldn't deliver when they were in government.
Okay. Andy,
Chief.
And this is finally on this.
All right, so on 12th May 2026, the NPA and the 24-hour authority launched the pilot phase of the 24-hour economy in the downstream petroleum sector. And so with this, the pilot covers 2 refineries, including Tor, alongside 268 fuel stations and 8 depots that my brother was talking about. But truth is, the Tor MD never said that they had employed people. What he said was that, he said Tor was ready to support the program and deliver petroleum products 24-hour for them. And so if my brother here would give us
Go and check the Facebook page. Go and check the Facebook page or Edmond.
But Facebook page doesn't. If I come on Facebook,
the MD's official Facebook handle.
But what are you telling me?
We shouldn't take
it. So give us a clear report on the number of people you have employed. That is what we are seeking for.
Are you more credible than the managing director of Tor?
What I'm telling you is that.
Sitting here.
What I'm telling you is that. No, you had your time. Let me finish. You had your time. Let me finish. You are telling us that you had employed 1,500 people. Give us the evidence to it. Give us the evidence. You're telling us to go on his Facebook page. Give us the evidence to it.
Listen, my good brother.
No, you don't sit here and tell us that he has employed. This is what he has said. And it's online. You can go and find it out. Find it out yourself.
You are engaging in a roadside.
No, what are you telling me? You are telling me that he has posted that he. So where's the evidence to it?
Good brother.
My good brother. So
Minister for Government.
Have you heard?
Let me talk.
Do you know about it?
Let me talk.
Do you know about the employment he's talking about? No, you had your time. Do you know about the employment he's talking about? I don't know, but you know about it. He's saying it, and I'm just trying to find out. So the point is, if you have proof of clearance and whatever, let us see to it.
Okay.
That is what we are asking for.
Right.
Is it done? Is it done?
Sorry, this is supposed to be the end of this matter.
We'll get it.
Because
hold on. The Minister for Government Communication, the Honorable Felix Kwachio, he announces President Directive on his Facebook wall or Twitter.
Yes.
Is it to say that announcements by government officials on their social media handles cannot be taken into consideration? When the Honorable Felix Kwachio announced that the former Minister for Works and Housing, the Honorable Gilbert Kenneth Ejay, had been appointed by the President as the Defense Minister. Did he post the appointment letter of the Defense Minister? But it was implemented. I've told you that the official Facebook handle of the Managing Director of Tema Oil Refinery, Mr. Edmond Combat, he wrote it on his Facebook and announced when His Excellency the President went to Tor to commission the crude distillation unit of the Tema Oil Refinery, and announced that because of that arrangement and the implementation of 24 hours economy that Tema Oil Refinery was engaged in, they have been able to employ 1,547 young people, some of whom are engineers, some of whom are clear industry technocrats, to partner Tema Oil Refinery or support Tema Oil Refinery to deliver on it. Look at it. This is the official Facebook handle of Edmond Combat. My good brother, this is it. Read it. Read it.
This is on the 2nd of August.
Yes.
So it talks about words fill him. Thank you. He's thanking the president. Excerpt of his statement says that with strengthened. Okay, so where exactly do you want me to read?
Just look at the 2nd or 3rd paragraph.
Okay, So the second paragraph, Mr. President, these initiatives have directly created opportunities for 1,542 Ghanaians.
That's all you need to read.
Permanent and
That's all you
temporary.
need to read.
You see,
keep quiet. Keep quiet.
Hold on.
When you're talking, you must keep quiet. No, keep quiet. When you're talking,
just the figure.
Yes.
Let's continue. Not the figure.
You see.
No,
you see,
but
yes.
If you tell me that temporal jobs, if you tell me that temporal jobs, are you telling me that
permanent and temporary jobs?
So we still have temporal jobs. So what are you telling me?
Right.
You are just.
No, but what you are saying is that
You
he
are
has gained
keep quiet.
permanent 1,542 permanent
Why
jobs.
are you not moderating?
And so, but
He
we
had
can,
his time,
if you
so
go
let me
forward, you
talk.
realize that there's a temporal job. So what are you telling us?
He had
Right,
his time.
Andy.
He had his
Yes,
time.
gentlemen,
He had his
because
time.
this is not even part of our topic for today.
No, hold on.
Yeah, so briefly, just land on this for me so we can talk about
You have been exposed.
No,
Andy,
no, I'm not going to accept
that. Let me make a point. Let me make a point so that you land on it.
Okay.
I'll start gold board with you.
You are being a nuisance on this platform.
No, you are rather being a nuisance.
No,
This
gentlemen,
is
please.
No,
Gentlemen,
this is GHOne.
No, you are not the host. You are not the host, Sammy. You are not the host. Let me moderate the show.
Andy,
You are not the host.
Andy, please hold on. Sammy, just make the point finally.
Is
on
that
this.
how you are moderating this?
Finally,
program?
Sammy, on this.
I'm saying that his claim was that the Facebook post of Mr. Edmond Combat is not something we should take serious.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying that he is the managing director of TOR.
Yes.
And he's made a categorical statement that 1,542 young people have been employed by Tema Oil Refinery through direct and indirect means. Some are permanent employees. Some are temporary employees.
Yes.
Your initial claim was that we should not take it serious because it is a lie. But you have been exposed as a roadside propagandist. No, keep quiet. What is this?
Sammy, just land
What
on
is
me.
this?
Land on this for me.
Keep quiet. You have been exposed that you don't even know what is going on.
Okay.
You understand the point?
Right.
So it is clear that over 1,500 young people have gotten jobs at Tema Oil Refinery because of the works we have done at the same company they decided to sell.
Okay.
We have been able to revive it and it's working properly.
Right.
I can say that on the basis of this, all the claims they've made about the 24 hours economy, they are baseless claims and have no merits because gradually I've demonstrated on this platform that unlike what they claim, that no job has been created in a 24 hours economy. Tema Oil Refinery alone has been able to employ over 1,500 young people. That's a testament to the fact that indeed proper jobs have been created by the implementation of that program. No amount of intimidation, no amount of lies, as has been peddled by my good brother, will suffice.
Very well. Andy.
Right, thank you very much. So this is very simple. 1,542.
Yes.
Permanent and temporal employment. So what it means is that you can even have 42 permanent employment and the rest might be temporal. And the Ghanaian youth demanding for jobs are more than what you are telling us. The 24-hour economy, we told, was supposed to give Ghanaian youth opportunity to employ more people. But if people are still homes, they are not getting jobs to do. And you are telling us that TOR has employed 1,542 people under the 24-hour economy, which he even stated that some are temporary and some are permanent.
Yes.
And so you still haven't solved the unemployment issues as we are talking about. And the 24-hour economy, we don't know where it is as it stands now. That is what we are asking you.
Very well. Okay, so that's the final on that. And let's get to the gold board issue, because yesterday there was a press conference. In fact, Sammy Gyamfi addressed the people of Ghana, also gave his part of the matter after Osahin Alexander Panyumakin also raised concerns about the loss that was recorded. He says, well, gold board clearly should be blamed for that. Sammy Gyamfi says, no, you cannot blame gold board because these things you talk about, it's not a fault of the creation of the gold board. Andy.
Okay. And so I remember a part of it, Sammy says that gold board, is PMMC being in existence and then for 7 months taking over as gold board, what he needed to do, the domestic, he needed to continue the domestic gold exchange program.
Yes.
And so in scaling up the process. And so if you read the IMF report, which a section, let me just read it briefly. It says this, the DGPP operations have granted significant losses for the BOG. In 2025, the significant scaling up of the DGPP operations led to the loss of over 1.7 billion. Right. So, what as it stands now, you see, we are talking about 22 billion Ghana cedis loss. Either assets in the books of BOG or Gold Board. Who are saying the gold? Who bought them? Who purchased them? Who sold them? These are some of the questions we are asking. And you see, whether you like it or not, there's a loss. And what we are saying is that, you see, NDC needs to understand this. You need to be accountable to the people. There's a loss. Explain to us where the loss is coming from. And not shifting of blames. Oh, it's sitting there in the books of BOG, it's with Gold Board, in the process of scaling up and all of that. That is not what we are asking from them. And then you see, that the point where you put out your questions, Ghanaians are asking questions and we get insults in return is a problem. When you come to this country, there are three arms of government. The legislature, judiciary, the executive. Afenyo Markin is a leader. Yeah. And so when you mount a podium as a CEO, explaining to Ghanaians why there are losses and the profit you have made, you want us to understand that you have made profit, but you don't want to accept that there are losses. And when you get the opportunity to mount a podium as a chief executive of Gold Board, and you tell us this to our faces, what does it mean? And the point is, the podium you are mounting is not the NDC Communications Bureau. You are mounting a podium as the CEO of Gold Board. And so, you see, we are asking you genuine questions. Whether you like it or not, there's a loss. Explain to us what happened. Why are we having these losses? And not that they sit in the books of BOG or whatever. Whether you like it or not, there's a loss. And that is what we are discussing. And so if there's a loss, and as a CEO, you need to come out and explain. I sincerely. And then, you see, for everyone who has known Sammy over time, we even expected that he coming on board as a Gold Board CEO, he was going to do something much more better. But look at what we are facing today. And we give you the opportunity, and everybody has known the style. We give you the opportunity to come and explain the issues to us. And here we are. And you sit there and then insult a whole minority leader. All what we are seeking is accountability. We are not telling them to insult us. We are not begging them to insult us. We are only begging them to be accountable to the people of Ghana. And that is all we are asking from them.
Sorry.
Yes, so before I even start, I'm giving you a breakdown of the jobs.
So
No. Yeah, just a second. 300 young engineers have gotten permanent jobs at Tema Oil Refinery because of the program and the turnaround maintenance that have happened. Nobody can dispute it because it is there. When you go to Tema Oil Refinery, you can get the information. 301 temporary jobs, including recently, graduated university students. They've gotten jobs at Tema Oil Refinery. 287 temporary workers were engaged during the ongoing turnaround maintenance of the RFCC unit of Tema Oil Refinery. 654 jobs have been created through the engagement of 35 local subcontractors. This amounts to the 1,542 jobs that have been created by Tema Oil Refinery. Nobody can dispute it.
Okay.
Not even him. Secondly, you see, clearly I understand how brief he's made the submission because there's really nothing to discuss. Their whole press conference and the noise they were making in this country were baseless because the evidence of Gold Board's involvement in turning around the Ghanaian economy is clear. This is a state institution that came in only less than 2 years, has been able to increase our gross national reserves from $8.9 billion to over $14 billion. They cannot dispute it, and they could not do that in their 8 years of government. The involvement of Gold Board and their working relationship with Bank of Ghana has made sure that the 16 cedi dollar they left after picking it from 4 Ghana cedis, we have brought it back to 10.8, 10.9 Ghana cedis bank rates. They cannot dispute it. Because of the support of Gold Board, Ghana has not gone on the borrowing spree that the MPP government and President Kufuor and Dr. Bawumia went into. We have not been able to do that. We have not done that because we are a responsible government. We are a responsive government. we are a competent government and we do not shirk our responsibility just like the previous NPP government did. Look, and I'll open to you all the documents. If you want to assess the financial strength of a company, what you look for is the audited financial statement of that company. Are you looking at it?
Yeah.
This is the audited financial statement of Gold Board, which was not done by me, which was not done by you, which was not done by any member of the MPP or the NDC. It was done by the Auditor General's office. So if you can read it, annual report and financial statement, go and read page 20. When you read page 20, it tells you that Gold Board made an overall surplus of 5.4 billion Ghana cedis and an operational profit of 907 million Ghana cedis. Documents or book, no lie. Nobody in the MPP can discount it. It is a fact that Gold Board made an operational profit and not a loss. If you want to say that Gold Board has made a loss, look at their financial statement. The financial statement is clear. They cannot discard the financial statement because they know that it clearly spells out the facts. That is number one. It is there. They themselves are not able to read it and understand it. That is why when they read it, they see surplus as loss. Number two, he purported to read the IMF document. It is a 45-page document. I know he has not read it because the minority leader himself has not read it. And so you go about making claims that do not even make sense. If they are taking their time to read the IMF document, even the beginning of the document they are reading says that lessons learned from Bank of Ghana's domestic. This is it.
Yeah.
Listen, look at it. Your cameras can pan onto it. Lessons learned by Ghana's domestic gold purchase program. I want to ask you a question, and I want you to help me answer it. When was the domestic gold purchase program launched?
2022, 2023.
It was launched in 2021.
21 years rather.
Then they implemented it from 2022.
22.
Who was the president and vice president in 2021, 2022? President Kufuor and Dr. Bawumia. So IMF assessed a program that was launched by the Bank of Ghana under President Kufuor and Dr. Bawumia. Let me read it for you. I know they will not take time to read it. The selected issues paper addresses the legacy of the Bank of Ghana's domestic gold purchase program. It didn't say it is assessing Gold Board financial status. Are you listening to me? Which was announced in 2021 and mostly phased out by the end of June 2026. This paper examines how the domestic gold purchase program was instrumental in exporting $10.9 billion in artisanal gold in 2025. The rapid expansion of the domestic gold purchase program coincided and arguably contributed to a remarkable macroeconomic stabilization, but also large losses. Lessons from the domestic gold purchase program should inform future gold sector policies in Ghana, including Gold Board, which fully took over operations and cost of domestic gold in 2026. So where did the document say that Gold Board has made a loss of 1.7 billion as he and his minority leader and the MPP are claiming? Where did they say that? Look, go and read paragraph 13 where they've made most of the noise. And it is amply clear. Paragraph 13, he said that domestic gold purchase program operations have generated significant losses for Bank of Ghana. Did he say it has generated losses for Gold Board? He said Bank of Ghana. Okay. Losses in 2024 were equivalent to almost $400 million. Who was in government in 2024?
The MPP.
So in 2024, you made a loss of $400 million, which was equivalent to 5.6 billion Ghana cedis. At that time, did they hold a press conference and cry that losses have been occasioned? Did they hold a press conference accusing PMMC, because that time it was PMMC, that PMMC had engaged in losses? Did they hold press conferences that the Red Sapphire, that was also a buyer like PMMC, had incurred losses of 5.6 billion? Let us be principled in this country. Let us be candid. Let us not take the people of Ghana as fools. Because the whole arrangement of domestic gold purchase program by the MPP was to make losses. Do you know why? It was to make losses, but the overarching vision of the program was to make sure that we get more than enough dollars at the Bank of Ghana so that we can stabilize our currency. That was the whole overarching vision of the domestic gold purchase program. So that time, the Bank of Ghana through PMMC and Red Sapphire and other private buyers, they gave money to PMMC and Red Sapphire to buy gold at spot price. Spot price means that you go the price of gold, you buy it at Forex Bureau rates without any discounts. So right from there, you've made losses. Because if you are going to buy an item that is sold on international markets at 12 Ghana cedis, and you go and buy it at spot price at 12 Ghana cedis, you make a loss. Because when you buy it, you have to transport it. Is that not it? You have to smelt it. You have to provide safety or security. You have to provide other logistics for its transport. That incurs a cost. And so, in 2022, they made a loss. You recall that your own friend, Philip Osebonsu, who is also a media practitioner at Asempa FM, issued an RTI request to Bank of Ghana, where the Bank of Ghana responded and were detailing the losses that were occasioned under the same program, which started under the MPP. This is it, the Bank of Ghana report. Read it. It is a bit blurred, but you can look at it. I'm sure you've seen this document. When this document came, you've seen it. So in 2022, they made a loss of 74 million. In 2023, they made a loss of 1.37 billion. In 2024, they made a loss of 5.6 billion. So under you made losses, but you do not hold a press conference. So what happens is that PMMC, Red Sapphire, and others, Bank of Ghana gives them money to buy the gold. When they buy the gold, Bank of Ghana pays charges to them. It pays assay fees, it pays service fees to them, and other fees. That PMMC went into an agreement to Bank of Ghana. Because in September 2023, PMMC went into a gold purchase agreement to Bank of Ghana to buy gold for Bank of Ghana. And Bank of Ghana ships the gold or exports the gold to its off-takers. That is when the losses are accrued. Just like the IMF report has clearly listed. So on what basis that anybody who knows that arrangement? It is like the arrangement between Cocoa Board and license buying companies. Cocoa Board gives Olam and Kiapa Cocoa and others money to buy cocoa for them. When Cocoa Board goes to sell it on the international market, they incur some losses. Should we go and give those losses to Olam? Should we go and give those losses to Kiapa Cocoa? But if losses have been occasioned, it does not mean that anybody has been reckless. It is because of how the program has been designed. That is why right from its inception, losses have always been accrued.
Right.
And I'm expecting MPP young people. You are young people like us. Take the opportunity to read the document, even if African American is being mischievous because of politics and propaganda reasons. I'm expecting my good brother here to take time and read the whole IMF document so that he can point out corrections to the Honorable African American before he comes to my platform to read press statements to the country. So Gold Board has not made any loss.
Right.
The domestic gold purchase program is what the IMF actually analyzed. And that program started under your watch. The fees, the charges paid to PMMC, paid to Gold Board, were paid to PMMC. So when those charges were paid to PMMC, did they hold a press conference?
Right.
Because the service charge of 0.5% was agreed upon in 2023 September between the PMMC and Bank of Ghana. The assay fees of 0.25% was agreed upon between PMMC and Bank of Ghana in 2023. But because of hypocrisy, because of double standards, because lawyer Sammy Jemfi was the arrowhead of the NDC's campaign and made sure that you people went into opposition and unraveled all the rots and the loots under your regime, you have decided to tarnish his image. But his works will speak for him.
Right.
In 1 year or in less than 2 years, he has been able to deliver on the work that he has been asked to do, to buy 172 tons of gold in only 2 years for the Bank of Ghana, to stabilize our currency with the support of the Bank of Ghana. something your vice president, and the flag bearer could not do and run away from that responsibility. So clearly, there is no basis for that press conference.
Okay.
Today, Gold Board had entered into another arrangement, a new arrangement altogether, where we will not be seeing these losses we have seen.
Okay.
Because when that arrangement was had before we came, they were buying the gold at spot price and selling it at Bank of Ghana reference rate, which is lower. Now, Gold Board is arranging its own finances and buying the gold at interbank reference rate, which is lower, and will be exporting it at Forest Bureau rate. So no losses will be accrued.
Right.
Bank of Ghana has decided to support Gold Board in that regard. But the point is that the arrangement where we were making losses because of this program, it has been changed. The visionary President John Dramani Mahama, Dr. Atuforsen, lawyer Sami Jemfi, and the leadership of Bank of Ghana have changed this arrangement. A new financing scheme is being used for this model. And Ghana will continue to reap gains. Will reap gains.
Okay.
And we will not suffer losses.
Right.
Just like how the program was created under the MPP. So really, let us dismiss the propaganda of the MPP.
Okay.
They are nation wreckers. They are not happy that this country is progressing. They are not happy that this country is making good use.
Okay. Well, let me bring
and they must be dismissed with alacrity.
Chief, when you listen to my brother,
yes,
at some point there are losses. At some point there are no losses. So which is which? Even the CEO himself admits that there are losses. And with the same report that he's reading, he says that in 2025, I don't know if you would want to read it yourself.
I have a report. Let me know which page.
Which page?
Right, so that's it. You
page
have
what?
It.
Page what? Page 13.
You can have it.
Page 13. Let me read page 13.
You can have it.
Read page 13. I have page 13. Yeah, read it.
So that
read it.
If you have the same, you can
read it.
Read it for us. Sorry.
Read it.
So, but this is not a full report.
Yes, but it's in a report, so you can read it.
Yes. Is it a report?
No, this is not a report.
It's in a report.
But you are handing a document written by somebody to be read.
No, it's in a report.
No, reject it.
It's in a report.
Reject it.
Point 13.
Why
yes.
So point 13.
Is it page 13 or point 13?
Point 13. So let me read point 13.
But you know the same point 13 I read.
So DGPP operations have generated significant losses for the BOG.
Yes.
Losses in 2024 were equivalent to
there were losses in
400 million.
Okay, there were losses in 2024.
One third of which were related to gold for oil.
Yes.
In
Who lacked gold
2025,
for oil?
the significant scaling up of DGPP operations led to losses of over 1.7 billion. Yes, almost entirely related to gold for reserves, Doré purchases. This amounted to a loss of 70% of the value of Doré gold sold by the BOG.
So in the 1.7 billion, it was in 2025.
Yes.
So there are losses.
So what
in 2025?
No,
in 2025. No, you had your time. Let me come in.
Yes.
So in 2025, there were losses of 1.7 billion.
Yes.
Amounting to $22 billion.
And
that is what we are. That is what we are discussing. You see, anytime we bring up this issue, we understand that the program was initiated under the MPP government.
True.
We are not saying that. Come and tell us. You see, we understand that BOG has made profit at a certain point. But if there are losses, come out clean and say it. All we are asking for is accountability. Because the same report, the same IMF that NDC has been using IMF in opposition. And today, you want to discredit what IMF is saying. He says that.
But they say they admit that indeed there were losses.
So,
but you cannot say the losses were as a result of gold bond operations.
No, but if there are losses, come out and explain to us. But you are telling us, he was here and telling us there was no losses. But there are losses. You said it. At one break, you said there are losses. At one break, you said there are no losses. Now, coming back to
the losses were relocation.
So if there are losses.
As a result of the gold, the domestic gold
purchase program. It's in the process of scaling up. What Sami Jemfi said yesterday, he said in the process of scaling up, that is how they were able to amount to these losses. But if there are these losses, yes, come out clean and tell us. And not the insults you are telling us. What I am telling you is that in the process of scaling up, the gold purchase program, that's how come they ran at this loss. But they are saying that these losses is not with Gold Board, but it sits with BOG. If you are telling us that it sits with BOG, at a time when BOG was done with its report and was supposed to be communicated to the finance minister, who came to do a press conference in Parliament to communicate it. What I am telling you today is that BOG, Gold Board, they are losses. Come out clean and accept that there are losses through this gold for purchase program, under which Sami Jemfi was scaling up. Accept that fact, and when you accept that fact, as apologize to Ghanaians and tell us how you are going to minimize it, and not you telling us or you insulted the minority leader. That is what we are telling you. There are losses, yes. Either BOG, sitting in the books of BOG or Gold Board. It was through the Gold Board transactions. And so if there are losses and you accept them, then come and tell us that, yes, there are losses. But you are going to minimize those losses. One, you are going to minimize those losses. And two, moving forward, you tell us what you are going to do to help the ordinary Ghanaian. Because these monies that are losses now could have been used to do something else.
But isn't that what Sami said yesterday, that now they're not going to, in fact, it says the IMF and Bank of Ghana have offered to even advance financial support to them to purchase, but they've decided no, they want to purchase on their own. They want to get their own.
So if that is the way forward,
yes,
for the betterment of the country,
yes,
what was the need for the insults? All we are looking for is solutions, and all we are looking for is accountability. You telling us that, look, we are not going to allow Ghanaians bear this cost again. And so for that matter, moving forward, this is what we want to do. And not necessarily coming out to insult the minority leader as if you are mounted the podium as an NDC communications director. You are there as the CEO of Gold Board. Yes. All we asked was results. All we asked for was accountability. And you came in to insult. You understand that through this program, there are losses. If the program was initiated by the NDC, by the MPP government, NDC is in power. If you thought that this program was not going to help, you were supposed to do something about it. But you scaled it up. And if there are losses and you accept that there are losses, apologize to us, tell us the way forward, and not necessarily come and stand on podiums to insult the minority leader. And that is what we will not take from you guys.
Right.
Because you have the opportunity to fix the country. All the time you are making, in 2024 there was a loss of 400 million. We are not in...
We just captured in the reports as well.
Fair, very fair.
Yes.
But what I am saying is that we are not here to equalize the losses made under the MPP.
This is the new narrative.
What we are telling you today is that is why we are not in government today. In 2024, you had the mandate and a responsibility.
In 2024?
Yes, we had elections in 2024. You won election in 2024. 7 January 2025, you had the mandate. To fix everything you criticize.
Is it done?
To fix everything that you criticize. And so today, if you have the opportunity and you've made losses, and we are discussing this, and you are trying to attribute it because, the MPP launched the program and established it at a point they made losses, and so it's equally right to say that because you have made losses, and so MPP did. That is not what we are saying. We appreciate that there are losses, but you have the mandate to fix it.
Can I speak?
And this time around, it's 22 billion Ghana cedis. And we are saying that, okay, these are losses. Accept that they are losses. Once you accept their losses.
But haven't the losses been explained?
No, so the way forward is that
the system that was
in explaining
is what has resulted.
So in explaining the losses, was that a reason for the insult?
So your problem is what you tell me.
My problem is that don't equalize or tell us that the MPP in opposition started the program and they made losses, and so yes. That is where you are in government today. And you promised Ghanaians that you are going to fix it. And if you've made losses, accept it. Don't mount podium and come and insult minority leader.
Okay.
Because we voted for you to come and solve the problems, not to insult us.
Right.
But if Ghanaians are asking for accountability and you sit there and insult us, so what are you telling us? Does it mean that we cannot ask for accountability? Does it mean that we cannot speak? That is what we are asking from the NDC. Don't insult us. Tell us what you are going to do. Wait for minimizing it.
He's not saying anything.
Right. I want you to understand that. That is not why we voted for you to come.
Finally,
we voted for you to come because we wanted you to fix the problem, not insult us.
Right. Look.
Good. He says that they voted for us to fix the problem.
True.
The problem was that the economy was useless under MPP. The problem was that our city was hata, superintended by Dr. Baumia, his flag bearer, and President Kufuor. Since we came into government, we have solved the hata city. The city is not hata again. We have increased Bank of Ghana reserves. We've stabilized the economy. Clearly, we've delivered on our promise as a government. He cannot dispute it. Number two, MPP's press conference was not about losses. They said that, listen, this is a graphic online, I can read it to you. He said that minority demands answers for 22 billion Gold Board loss. So it means that it was Gold Board that they claim had made losses.
Right.
I brought Gold Board annual statement of accounts, audited accounts. Gold Board has not made a loss.
Okay.
The IMF documents, I gave it to him. In fact, I can give it to you right now. This is the IMF document. Take it. I'm giving it to you.
Sammy, we need to go. We need to go, Sammy.
I'm giving it to
We need to go.
So he should come to me where they said Gold Board has made a loss. They will not be able to point it because they know it's not true.
Okay.
as a government, we have taken full responsibility of making sure that the way and manner the domestic good purchase program was designed, we will change it.
Okay.
So that the losses that have always been accruing since 2022 when the APP was in government, this government will solve it. Indeed, from what I've mentioned to you, where the program will now be funded by Gold Board itself and also from its off-takers.
Yes.
The losses that have been accruing over the years, we will solve it. That is a responsible government.
Very well. Thank
As
you.
for insults,
Thank you.
You people started it, and you
Dr.
deserve
Sami,
every insult that you have been given.
How can
Thank
you
you,
tell
Dr.
us?
Sami.
How can you tell us this?
He is a presidential aide, and Andy Akufo is a member of the MPP's communications team. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. And I like the fact that we are all young people, and we talked a lot about young people also getting jobs and being employed under the 24-hour economy.
What have we seen under the 24-hour economy?
How many?
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. for staying on with us. This is still Jay today here on GH1 Television with me, Joshua Kodjo Mensah. Now, some of you are not happy because perhaps you have tried to reclaim when it comes to your insurance, and it's hectic for a lot of people here in this country. But if you've had complaints, because usually maybe the process was not smooth, you had issues with how your insurance company dealt with you because of your claims, well, the GIA Complaints Management and Advice Bureau says this is where it all stops. You need to make sure that you report these issues so that we can get it rectified and get the sector cleaned up as well. So the Ghana Insurance Association's Complaints Management and Advice Bureau is here to help you. All you need to do is to lodge a complaint with them, and the good thing is that it is absolutely free. All you need to do is just call 0800 442 000. That is 0800 442 000. Or you can also reach them on 0302-251-091 or 055-255-9698. Remember, when it comes to insurance complaints, you have a right to a very fair resolution. And so CMAP says every complaint matters. And the message is brought to you by the Ghana Insurance Association through its Complaints Management and Advice Bureau, CMAB. Now, yes, we are home. We're getting ready to go back to school. And for the parents who have the wards in the universities, you want to make sure that your son, your daughter is very comfortable to be able to learn and give you the necessary results. And so maybe the laptop is not ready. You need to get a new laptop for that boy. Maybe the power bank, because now, this morning power went out. And if you had not charged the phone, you'll be found wanting. So quickly get that power bank as well, because campus days are really, really long. And so CompuGhana says you need to be ready with the back to school season here to help students get fully prepared for the new academic year. So shop laptops, tablets, smartphones, printers, routers, headphones, power banks, small fridges, very, very important, and more with exciting discounts of up to a whopping 40% starting from now, running through to the 20th of September. So parents, get them ready. Students, it's time for you to level up. CompuGhana back to school season, new school, new level, and walk boldly into any CompuGhana shop today or visit CompuGhana.com for your own. 0302-752-020 is the number to call, or you can send a quick WhatsApp to 0243-143-143. Charlie, if you level up, CompuGhana, passion for technology. And talking about technology and all that is happening in that world as well, my next guest is here. We're going to have a very sweet conversation, and for all of you who are looking forward to it as well. I know when we advertised it, a lot of people were very interested and happy about it. Guess what? Lady is here in studio with me. So quickly, I'll be speaking to Lady Akua Aboa, who is Managing Director for Sambus Geospatial Limited. Lady, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
I hope you're doing well.
Yes, please. I trust you are well too.
I am.
Good.
Your lights were out this morning too?
Yes, fortunately. But we found a way to iron our clothes here.
You see, it's great to have you in the studio this morning.
Thank you for having
me. Talking about Sambus Geospatial Limited, what really are you into?
Okay, thank you so much for having me here once again. My name is Akua Aboa, Lady Akua Aboa. I lead Sambus Geospatial, a technology company that operates from West Africa. And essentially, we equip organizations to understand the value of location data. And in that, they're able to take better decisions and smarter decisions that drive innovation for governments, for institutions, for all academia, for all levels, right? I come back to say that Sambus has been in operation for more than 39 years.
Wow. Older than me.
Far older, yes.
For 39 years,
yes,
Sambus has been in operation.
Yes.
But why is it very important that we get to pay attention to geospatial data, really?
Sure. So Sambus essentially handles geospatial data. And when we talk about geospatial data, I think of, or we think along the lines of location intelligence.
Yeah.
And when we talk about location intelligence, we want to drive location and data to a point where it makes sense for us to take better decisions. So I usually delve into this in areas, practical areas, where you're able to further understand. So let's take an example of the flooding that's been happening in Ghana recently and some parts of Lagos. Because Sambus works in West Africa.
Okay.
So essentially we work in other regions, that's Nigeria and other regions. But the flooding, right? Picture this where you have a dashboard that can tell you the elevation of the land, the topography. be able to tell you how sewage should be directed, how the water should be channeled from up to lower levels for it to join the sea, right? How you can see that on a dashboard and be able to tell where you would channel all these resources and be able to ensure the vulnerable communities are not impacted when floods occur. Think of agriculture. Cocoa Board wants to understand how crop yield is going to happen, right? So when you look at the farmlands, they want to know how many hectares they have. They want to understand fertilizer application. They want to understand the levels of fertilizer they're applying and how much yield they should expect at the end of the year. This is location, this is data, and this is decisions. This is what we do. Picture COVID dashboard, which we did, powered by our systems, where we could put into place areas where there was decline, areas where it was surging, so that we know how to drive medical supplies to areas, right? And this is usually on a dashboard in your office, so that you're able to capture that data, log it onto a dashboard, and be able to tell what I should do to eradicate the situation. So emergency responses. So look at the elections as well. So you see, there's usually a dashboard Joy FM does. There's one that City does. And this is all powered by us. Sits on our systems. So this is how you're able to tell what's happening at the ballot area numbers, and they come straight onto the dashboard. And then you churn this out to the nation, and they're able to understand what patterns are happening, who's winning where, what's happening here. This is all powered by us. And the system that powers this is called ESRI.
Okay.
So that leads me to my next concern, the conference.
The ESRI user conference.
Yes.
You seem very excited about it.
I am super excited.
About the conference.
Yes, I'm very excited because the first two editions happened in Nigeria. Okay. This is our third edition, and it's happening in Ghana for the first time. So I am excited because, of course, I am Ghanaian.
so before we even get to talk about the conference, the two editions that happened in Nigeria, how did they go?
It was amazing. We had the whole customs team being there. Wow. We had the whole government machinery being there. Even for this one, we have the whole delegation coming from Lagos because we've done a lot for their flood systems. We've done a lot for local government and regional management, for them to manage garbage collection, for them to manage postal addressing system. Because all this, mind you, ties into location, data, and then how you make your decisions, right? So this is the three that forms geospatial. So the conference, as I'll come back to it, is happening in Movenpick on the 15th and the 16th of September. Okay. It's happening for the whole of West Africa because Sambas through ESRI represents us. We represent ESRI in West Africa. So it's happening in West Africa, and then the areas where you can register is, I'll give the phone number at 020-3110-140 or 020-311-0015, right? And then on
you're seeing the data.
Yes, I'm seeing the data. Tell me about it. And then on Sambas Geospatial on LinkedIn. Okay. That's where you can register.
It's quite critical that we get to understand really what this conference brings together in terms of the people you're expecting to converge on the 15th and the 16th of September as well. What people are you looking at?
Okay, so for the conference, we talk about technology. This is not just about technology. This is us driving at CEOs of companies because they want to expand their growth. And they need to understand the data that their teams have so they can make better decisions to drive that growth. You talk about oil companies, you talk about telcos. They want to understand their assets on the ground. They want to make sure those assets are actually creating the impact and the value on the ground. And they want to see this in their offices, not necessarily coming onto the field, because this data can just be transmitted and they can see it over there.
Right.
You talk about Galamsey. We want government officials there. You talk about Galamsey. Galamsey is a big national topic.
An existential threat. Talk to me about it.
And it is. And we seek to enable government, empower government, support government, to be able to understand the Galamsey pattern, map out locations where Galamseys are happening. What's happening.
This is very, very important because one of the challenges we have now is that we go to an area, we think we have rid the area of illegal miners, only to realize that they come back and we are going around in circles. So this kind of data is something that really we need.
Yes, I agree with you entirely. Imagine we have all that on a system and then we are tracking it. We have sensors on the ground so that if anything happens on the ground, it's triggered in there. And then more importantly, if we have any intervention measures, right, those measures are planned and mapped right? In a way where we know this month we are doing this. And we are aware it's happening on the ground because it's also reflecting on our system.
That on the dashboard.
You can see that on the dashboard. This is the beauty of it. And the beauty of what we offer is, there are other competitors, right? But the beauty of what we offer is, ours is sensitive. So the data that you put there, only the customer has access to it. Even we don't have access to it.
Oh.
So that is the beauty of it all. Because then you are worried about security concerns. Because we work with the Nigerian Navy. We work with the Nigerian Army. We work with Ghana Police and a couple of others. So data sensitivity is very important, especially when you think about government, oil companies, and telcos. You have to consider the sensitivity of data. So this is important to us. And not just CEOs, but we want academia there. We also want to have developmental agencies because they are having intervention measures in all areas. There's malaria, there's polio. They need to map areas where they are doing this and be able to understand impact. And then with impact, then they can channel in more funding, right?
As well.
Exactly. Right. So we want developmental agencies, we want telcos, we want businesses, we want oil and gas, we want mining, we want the decision makers to come in there. Because we
practically all the sectors.
All of it. Imagine the whole government has all its data from ministries on a dashboard for the presidency to view it, to be able to understand how education, building schools are being done, how health facilities are being positioned, how even mineral resources are being nurtured. Imagine that and look at how much decision-making can be attuned so that resources allocation is effectively handled. Thank you.
It's quite critical, but what theme are we rallying around?
Once again, it comes to connecting data and value. So we want to connect the data and derive the value out of it. Data must drive value. Without it driving value, data becomes redundant. It's of no use to you, it's of no use to me. But when data creates value, it creates impact, it creates insights, you are able to sit there and understand. Water, if once you understand where your pipelines are routed, if you look at the dashboard, you can tell an area that has less pipelines and where I should channel resources and create more pipelines. This is what I do.
You know, when I first heard of it, I was thinking of it as something, highly technical. You have to have a PhD to be able to understand. But you broke it down, and now it looks like, for us, the most common of problems really needs this sort of solution to be able to address it. Because on 29th June, we saw what happened with the flooding situation. Terrible. Galamsey. It's wreaking havoc wherever it finds itself. And so, clearly, for the people out there who want to be a part of this, again, let us know how we can be a part of this conference and why we should not miss out on it.
Good. Thank you so much again. I would say that everybody, users, GIS users, decision makers, all levels should be part of it. And I said, not just being part of it, but coming to understand what other users are doing with the system. When you come there and you see what Forestry Commission is doing with the system, when you come there and see how GMPC is using the system, when you come and you see how MTN is using the system to map its assets, to be able to drive coverage, to be able to populate, how to understand mobile money patterns, and to be able to understand where they have to position mobile money for proximity and accessibility to their customers. This is what you are coming to see. You're coming to see practical realities of what's happening on the ground. So that you, when you leave the room, you understand how geospatial impacts you and how you can add and drive it.
Fantastic. Lady, thank you so much for coming.
So much
it's on the 15th and on the 16th
yes, at
of
the
September
at Movenpick Ambassador Hotel.
And the numbers that they need to call and
yes, 020 2110 2113015.
Okay. And then, or they can just go
Sambus Geospatial on LinkedIn and Sambus GIS on Instagram.
Fantastic. Lady, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
I look forward to seeing you on the 15th and 16th as well. So this is something you cannot miss out on. Data that connects and creates value. Yeah, you don't have to miss out on that at all. Is the Esri User Conference happening on the 15th and 16th of September at Movenpick. So please look for Sambus Geospatial on LinkedIn and get to know more and how you can also be a part of it. Well, today, some wonderful people celebrating their birthdays. Let's help make it a lot more special for them. Happy birthday to Joy Champoma, a pharmacy consultant and a hardworking lady. Enjoy your special day, have fun, and God bless you, Joy. And it's from your friends in the pharmacy industry and bosses in the UK, wishing you a happy birthday. To my wife, Poka, my best friend, my home, happy birthday. You make our life beautiful just by being in it. I pray this new age brings you more joy, health, and all the things your heart wants. I'm blessed to celebrate you today and every day. And it's from your husband, Gideon Jimfi, to you. To our beautiful twins, Leon and Elena, on your 6th birthday, our hearts are so full. Watching you grow, laugh, and learn together has been our greatest joy. May this new year bring you double the love, double the adventures, and double the blessings. We love you so much with all our love from Mom, Dad, and the family. All to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Mensah. Okay, I'm Mensah as well. Today, we celebrate not just your 70 years of life, but the love, wisdom, strength, and countless sacrifices that have made you the amazing father you are. Thank you for always being a source of guidance, encouragement, and unconditional love. May this new chapter of your life bring you good health, peace, and happiness. And it's from your children and grandchildren. They say they love you so much, Mr. Mensah. Happy birthday to the most amazing sister, Aginash. Thank you for all the laughs, the support, and the good energy you bring. May this new year bless you with joy, good health, and everything your heart wants. I'm so lucky to have you in my life. Enjoy your beautiful day, and it's from Adepa to you. To my second blessing, you came and showed me that love only multiplies. You completed our family in the most beautiful way. May your life be full of wonder, kindness, and all the love you deserve. Happy birthday to my sweet Brianna, and it's from your daddy, Sergeant Isofi, at Air Force Burma Camp. So that's it for the birthdays this morning. Happy birthday to you if you're celebrating your birthday as well. We'll take a breather. We got more for you after that.
My name is Awisi Dede Jange. To a very important part of the conversation, we are going to talk about child exploitation and bullying online. And we have representative from the Cyber Security Unit. We also have a representative from the Ministry of Gender and the Executive Director for Child Online Africa. So from the Cyber Security Unit, we have Assistant Manager, Child Online Protection Unit from the Cybersecurity, Jahel Bempa. She's here in the studio with me. Awo Amenya is the, I hope I got your name correct. She's the Executive Director for an organization called Child Online Africa. And we also have the representative from the Ministry of Gender, Angela Kanga. Okay. She is a principal programs officer at the Department of Children under the auspices of the Gender Ministry. So we are about to have a conversation, an extensive conversation on child exploitation and bullying. Let me start off with you, Executive Director for Child Online. Your organization, how long has it been in for?
We've been in the system. In fact, we started the advocacy around 2013, 14, thereabout. It was essentially focusing on anti-pornography of children, because I happened to come across a group of young people who took interest in just going online to download content. So they downloaded content, classified them, African breasts, Caucasian breasts, and all of that. So
they were between how many years? Do we know? Because this is alarming.
This was junior high school Form 1 students.
Wow.
Yeah. And when we got into the project, we saw that even much younger children were involved in that kind of thing. For them, it's not about they knowing it's even offensive. It's just the curiosity. Okay, Kodjo was able to download the things. Okay, when I go home, let me also. So one child went home, went to the father to ask for money to do ICT projects. Mm-hmm. So he went to the cafe, downloaded all of that, the classification I told you. Mm-hmm. And then when he came home, his demeanor had changed. And the father became suspicious. I was like, no, what did this boy go to do? So he demanded for the stick and then saw the file, the folders created. So he brought the chap to school. The usual, the headmistress should deal with him. That was when I chanced upon it. And I was like, okay. I'm a mother of boys myself. So I just saw my children in that child, and I was, no, something needed to be done. By then, I was working with the Ghana National Education Campaign Coalition. So I had a sense of what abuse cases are as far as children are concerned. So we had to take it up as a project. Yes, and so that has evolved to look beyond pornography, to look at the system. Because until we address it systematically, nothing was going to be done. We might be dealing with it in piecemeal, which will not bring the intended result that is expected. So that was what led to us going from that. So we started, even we were J Initiative, focusing on Ghana alone. And then we saw that, okay, contents were coming from other African countries, and people just share and create the impression it's from Ghana, but it's not from Ghana. So it means that the issue we had here dealing with, we are dealing with here is the same thing other African countries are dealing with. And then we saw other countries requesting for some of the resources we developed for awareness. So we give it to them and they change it and all. They adapt it to suit them and all. So we had to now become Child Online Africa.
We would have a conversation on the challenges because this is quite interesting. But let me come to you, cybersecurity. I'll call you cybersecurity. Help us understand what amounts to child exploitation and bullying online.
Okay, so whenever I get the opportunity to actually talk about how serious this matter is in the country, sometimes I become super emotional, and it's more or less like I'm too into it. And that's because this issue is actually a very serious child protection issue here in Ghana. We are in an era whereby everybody would want to trend, everybody would want to post some form of content online, and we do that forgetting some of the consequences to some of the things we actually do. And as much as digital technology would give children a lot of opportunities, there are some risks that they face, and these risks that they face, they actually don't know anything about it. They just do it for fun. And so this issue is very, very important. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, in 2020, we received 13,000 uploads of child sexual abusive material just here in Ghana. And adding from 2023 to 2024, it has actually doubled up to about 45,000. And so this means that in our country, Ghana, a lot of children upload and also access inappropriate content here in the country.
That's quite concerning.
It is.
Let me come to you. I'm sure this is not the first time you're working with organizations as such. What have been your thoughts, handling issues like this?
Thank you. So, as a ministry and as department, we do a lot of sensitizations. We move around. We do a lot of interviews. We go down the grassroots. So, when you do what we get actually is scary, just as the other people have said. They even know more than the adults, trust me. They know a lot more than the adults. And I think some of them, they go behind the scene to steal parents' gadgets so that they can buy data to be able to access whatever. And their peers tell them, oh, you didn't see this, I got this. So for them to be on top of the other, for them to bypass whatever the friend saw, they would also want to go and dig deeper. And then they come out with stuff that will blow your mind. So when you go down there, their level, it's really, really scary. And as a nation, I think we need to do something real quick before it gets out of hand. That's why we need to be having some of these discussions, every time, whenever the opportunity, presents itself.
So this discussion and sensitization you spoke about, is it focused on the parents or both the parents and the children?
No. Well, for the purposes of this discussion, we are talking about the kids.
Okay.
But all of us have responsibilities here, because when the kid has a gadget, who gave the kid the gadget?
Exactly.
How do you monitor what the kid is watching? How do you treat how the kid is treating the gadget? Who gives the money to buy the data onto the gadget? How do you observe, the kid after he or she has watched whatever he or she has watched? Do you sit there and think that, oh, it's just the trend, it's just peers and everything, So I think it's on the child, but we all have a responsibility to play here.
Let me come to you with and then the executive director. I'll come to you to talk to me about your challenges, because I'm really interested. But I did a story, I think last week or a couple of months ago, where there were calls for ban on social media for children from 0 to 17. And I managed to speak to some of these young people. Some of them, surprisingly, were up for it because they feel social media is addictive. And some parents who also were concerned about the sort of content their kids are exposed to. I want to know if it's high time as a country we sat and then had a discussion that perhaps it's high time we ban social media or certain social media portals for children, because this issue of exploitation, it's quite concerning. Do you think it's high time we had that conversation?
Yes, it is. But moving away from whether we should ban it or not, even as parents, so whenever you're giving a gadget to your child, have you actually had any form of conversation with your child? Have you informed your child some of the things they're supposed they would experience whilst using it? We hardly do those things. So it's just like if your child is going to the boarding house for the very first time, you set a lot of rules, don't do this, don't eat this, don't do all that. But when it comes to giving the child the digital technology, we hardly have conversations on that. And so as parents, it's important that we ourselves also set some parental controls. We also have to set some screen time management for them. And we also have to be more or less set good example. So moving far away from whether there should be a ban or there shouldn't be a ban, we as parents, we as guardians,
so you
we
believe
as
the
caregivers,
entire responsibility falls on the parents?
it falls on every stakeholder, which includes parents, guardians, caretakers, even teachers, as well as the government.
Let me come to you. Talk to me about your challenges. If for instance, the president is watching you right now and you want a particular thing fixed because you have the opportunity to work with these kids, closely.
Yeah. So I will take it from where Angela left off. When we're talking about risk to children and young people in the space, we're talking about risk which comes to them by virtue of the fact that they are looking for content online. We talk about risk which comes to them as a result of the fact that they met someone online, they gave their number to, and the person is contacting them outside. And then we are talking about risk as a result of they signing up to buy something, so which is contract with a platform, and then they are exposed to the risk. So clearly, it's not an issue of one size fits all. We come across inappropriate content, therefore ABC, right? Now, back to the issue of the social media restriction you were talking about. If I have the opportunity to meet President Mahama right now, that is one of the things I will push for. I wouldn't call it a ban, but I'll call it a delay. A delay, because when you talk about ban, it has its own connotations. But a delay because I want a situation where the child is matured enough to handle certain things before they get onto platforms.
Yes.
So platforms like Telegram, which can just give you anything at any given time.
Yes.
I would call for that restriction to be imposed on that, among a number of others. So clearly, in fact, that has been one of the challenges we face in our line of work, because here you are, you come across parents. Some thought is a ish to get your child a device.
Yeah.
Others too are not financially okay, so the children go to cafes or they go to share with other friends. So clearly there is that exposure which is risky there. And so for parents to be able to have the knowledge to know what constitutes risk in the space, and then build a relationship with the child such that when the child encounters something, they can walk to them or any trusted adult in the space to say, oh, this is what I've come across online. Can we report to CSA by calling 292 or something like that? Then when we have that kind of thing, then we are making progress. Then in a whole, the system itself, teachers, parents, governments, platform service providers, so to speak. Yeah, we all need to be on board, be at the same playing field to make sure that we put the system in place that can empower parents to have enough knowledge to support their children and to be the good role model we expect them to be, that can inform them that relationship is key. It's not about being a friend to your child, your daughter or your son, and pampering them. No, it's about setting the right standard. Acceptable family rule, you set it together and go by it. Then we'll be making a headway.
It boils down to the entire education bit, what she said, and then exactly adding to what you have also. I really wish we could go extensive in this conversation, but we really do not have enough time, and I'm sure we'll get you back on to have an extensive conversation on this. But do you have any final words before we wrap up?
Yes, to help people understand what we're discussing a lot better, I authored a book titled The Silent Mountaineer.
Okay.
You can get it in all major bookshops, Challenge, and a few other places. It's just 40 Ghana cedis.
Yeah,
When
that's
you get it,
affordable.
you get to understand why it's important to protect the child, why it's important to provide, and what you need to provide, and then why it's important to allow the child to participate in the digital space.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to add any final?
Yes, so just in case you have a child who is facing any form of challenge on the internet, I'll ask that you reach out to the Cybersecurity Authority on a simple short code. We have a 24-hour reporting mechanism that you can actually call to report any incident, and that is 292, or reach us on WhatsApp on 050-160-3111. And also, October is also marked as the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and so we call on all relevant stakeholders to come on board so that we can create awareness, especially on child online protection.
Right. Do you want to add anything finally?
So I would say that the MOGSIP, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, we also have a hotline. If you ever find your child being bullied or exposed to something that will hurt the child's conscience, we also have this line that we call the line of hope. It's it's very active actually. 0800 800 800 and then 0800 900 900. We should observe the kids. We should observe how they react when they are using the gadget, so that they would not ruin their future.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies. I've been sitting with a representative from the Cybersecurity Unit, as well as the Executive Director for Child Online Africa, and as well as a Programs Officer at the Department of Children under the auspices of the Gender Ministry. We'll be back after this break. Today is World Mosquito Day, and I would be speaking with an entomologist in a bit. But let me talk to you about EBA Motors. It's about cars, and it's quite interesting because EBA Motors is your trusted automotive partner, offering an outstanding selection of premium and quality vehicles from some of the world's most respected brands, such as the Mercedes-Benz, Range Rovers, Toyota, Honda, and many more. So if you're looking for a sophisticated vehicle with the likes of Mercedes-Benz or anything luxury, you can reach or visit EBA Motors today at Dansoman Runabout behind the Guel filling station, and discover a wide range of carefully selected vehicles for your taste. Or you can actually contact them on 020-6724-872 or 020-6724-883. So contact EBA Motors if you want to get a car for yourself or get a car for your loved ones. They are your surest plug. But today is World Mosquito Day, and I am in a studio with an entomologist. This is my first time seeing a medical entomologist, Mrs. Otubia Owusu Akrofi. She's here. She's with the National Malaria Elimination Program at the Ghana Health Service. Good to have you on the program.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Talk to me about what exactly you do.
So, my daily work involves vector control. In this case, the mosquito, putting in place interventions that would control or get rid of the mosquitoes so that they don't carry the parasites that give us the diseases that they do. So talk about insecticide-treated nets, indoor residual spraying, larval source management. Yes, we manage it from the NMEP. Yeah.
Today is World Mosquito Day. What's the theme? What is it about?
Okay.
So what are we expected to celebrate, if there's anything to celebrate about it?
So the theme is know the mosquito, protect your family, prevent the disease. So in the past, we've been very concentrated on World Malaria Day. And so I'm sure this might even be news to a lot of people that there's something called World Mosquito Day. But the whole idea is to raise awareness on the fact that mosquitoes are able to carry serious diseases that affect us, affect our families, and the community at large. So this year's World Mosquito Day is to raise awareness that the diseases that mosquitoes carry is not just malaria. They carry other diseases like dengue fever, which are equally dangerous and can kill. So what are we supposed to do about it as Ghanaians? So the whole idea is to encourage people to get rid of mosquito breeding sites. So once there's a collection of water, a mosquito will breed. So either in your gutter, in front of your house, in that pothole, in a tire, in a container that collects water, the mosquito will come and lay its eggs, and the eggs will develop and grow into adults and give you the disease. So once they come and bite you, and you have the disease, let's say you have the Plasmodium parasite that will give you the malaria, or the dengue virus that will give you the dengue disease, they are able to pick it and transmit to the next persons that they bite. Yeah. So it's mainly about awareness creation and what people can do about it.
Educate us more on, growing up, we were told that there are types of mosquitoes, right?
Yeah.
Help us understand.
Okay, so there are so many types of mosquitoes, but in Ghana, we are mainly concerned about three main types.
Okay.
So there's the Anopheles mosquito, there's the Aedes mosquito, and the Culex. So the Anopheles is the one that will give you malaria. It's a bit brownish. It's quite beautiful to look at. And
it's quite beautiful.
It is.
Mosquitoes?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It is.
Okay.
And it will give you, it transmits malaria. It's also able in Ghana to transmit diseases like elephantiasis, lymphatic filariasis, you know, the one that your limbs become swollen, and it's not good to look at. But the same mosquito that would give you malaria in Ghana is the same mosquito that will give you this elephantiasis. So that's why we are concerned about the mosquito more, because we believe that if we kill mosquitoes, no matter the types, we are talking about a number of disease prevention. So the second type is the Aedes, which is the black and white mosquito. That is even more beautiful than the Anopheles. Yes, and this one will bite you. It will bite you during the day. Most of the time, you would see it around flower pots and in car ties and container. We call them container breeders. So any defined container, you would find them there. And they would give you diseases like dengue fever. Okay. And I must mention that dengue fever is not very known in Ghana. But in 2024, for example, there was an outbreak of the disease where a lot of people died in Ghana from dengue.
What are the symptoms of that?
So it is very similar to malaria. Okay. It will give you the fever, the chills, serious headache, almost similar. But then as it progresses to severe, you begin to bleed from places that you are not supposed to bleed from. And sometimes you even have internal bleeding and the like, yes. And so when it gets to severe, it kills fast. So dengue is quite important, and we believe as Ghana Health Service, it's about time we begin to raise awareness about it, because when you go to the hospital and you have these symptoms, what comes to mind? Malaria. And so before it progresses and they decide to test for other things, it's probably gone to the extreme. And so we are telling our health workers to be mindful of this, that the same symptoms present, and so test. If you test and it is not malaria, you don't assume that because the person has similar symptoms, it is still malaria. Do further investigations and find out what is happening to the person so that you can treat the correct disease. And the last is the Culex mosquito. That is not nice. That one is just brown.
And it has a nice name.
Well, it's compensated one way. So it's a brown mosquito that would bite you usually in the daytime and the late hours of the day as well. But fortunately, unfortunately for us in Ghana, we are yet to incriminate it as carrying any disease. Okay. So we know it is around. It's a nuisance mosquito. It still bite you. It will still take your blood.
Makes noise in your ear.
Exactly. It's quite noisy, that particular one. Yeah, so that is it for the different types. Yeah.
I think that, do you think that we, in the fight against malaria, as a country, we are complacent? Do you think so?
Yes.
Why do you think
so? Because there are simple things we can do as individuals and community to make sure we do not get the malaria. But somehow, malaria has become second skin to us. When we get a fever, or most of us don't even go to the hospital, we just pass the backyard and we self-medicate. Either we do over-the-counter medications, or we do herbal medications. And the reason I said we can easily prevent this is, you remember I mentioned how the mosquito breeds. And so the water collections, for example, in your house, you probably dug a hole, it rained. There's water that has collected. You can easily get rid of that water. But we leave it, the mosquito will come and breed in it and bring us diseases. So we kind of create our own problems. So for example, you have an old car tire in your house. You leave it there, as it rains, water collects, and the Aedes breeds. It come and give you diseases. Or even in your community, in your mind, ensuring your community is clean and there are no water collection areas is the job of the sanitation people. And so they will come and do it. They will clear it. But you could have easily cleared it and prevented the disease. I think we've become too familiar. Yeah.
With the fight against malaria. Yes. In wrapping up, what are your final words?
Okay, so it's important that we see mosquitoes as a problem that we can solve. It's not a problem that we are waiting for somebody to come and solve. So it's very easy. Just discard the breeding containers and the breeding sites in your area, the places that collect water. Ensure that you know when you are going out, for example, in the night, you have some repellent on, or you are wearing clothes that cover you up so that you are not bitten by the mosquito. When you are indoors and you are about to sleep, there are mosquitoes. Make sure that you use your mosquito-treated nets.
Okay.
And it should be a personal fight. It shouldn't be the fight of the Ghana Health Service or the environmental and sanitation people. So it's a call for all of us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Otubia Owusu Akrofi. Akrofi.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm very bad with names
It's
and
fine.
pronunciation.
My name is quite heavy, all of them.
But it's really been an informative discussion. She is a medical entomologist with the Ghana Health Service, precisely the National Malaria Elimination Program. We have been talking about World Mosquito Day. We'll be back after this break. The show, to our last interview for the program. I'm here with members and pastors from the Keeper's House Chapel International. We are going to discuss their upcoming conference, the Takeoff Conference, that would take off, that's some rhyme, on Monday, 31st of August, this Sunday to 6th. So let me get your names briefly. We have Reverend Ebenezer Hamilton. He is a senior associate of the Keeper's House. And we also have Lady Pastor Rosalind Zuta. She's an assistant service pastor. So I would ask them what the conference is about. But I'm very interested. Good to have you on the program.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Help us understand the name, the Keeper's House. I'm curious. Why the choice of that name and what does it mean?
Will you start?
Okay.
All
Let
right.
me start off with.
All right. I mean, when you read Psalm 125, verse 1, it talks about the Lord is thy keeper. And John 17, it also talks about the fact that the people that were committed to Jesus, none of them has been lost. So when we talk about Keeper's House, we are talking about harvesting souls and then keeping them in the vineyard to grow them, build their faith, and also serve their purpose.
So that went into the decision to...
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So this is, and Dede, thank you for having us. Greetings to everybody who is watching us, the church family, and those who are outside as well. So this also speaks directly to the kind of vision that we have as a church, where we say we are fueling church growth. And we are doing this intentionally, and also we are doing this with a lot of innovation, because generations have changed, trends are changing, and we don't just want to be a church out there. We want to be a peculiar church. So once you enter into our auditorium, you are automatically kept. Jesus is there. You're going to experience him, and you're going to birth a unique ministry. And the church is also there to groom people to succeed in life, because we have, in traditional times, limited the church into a particular space. We are saying that that's not what the church is all about. The church is the total embodiment of a person, your purpose, what you must do in the auditorium, outside the auditorium. So you are kept through and through, as our Lord Jesus Christ commands us to.
I'm asking this because there are quite a number of churches around. You and I can attest to that.
Definitely.
So I'm wondering what would make one, aside the belief in Jesus Christ, what would make one decide to come to your church, the Keeper's House? If someone is watching you right now, what would you tell the person that would make you different from the number of churches we have in the country?
So let me say, for every church, as the Bible says, every joint must supply. We belong to the body of Christ. And so we must understand that we are there in totality. Every ministry has specifically what God has ordained for them to do. Bible talks about Peter being to the Jews, Paul being to the Gentiles. We are there as a community-driven church to win souls. We are a missionary church. Some churches could be for deliverance. Some churches could be probably for prayer. I mean, the previous conversation we were having before we went online. We are there as a missionary church to groom people, to win souls, to basically implement what Jesus says in Matthew 28, that we should go ye and preach and baptize the nations in the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And so our mission is to fuel, our mission actually is to bring healing, meaning and transformation to the lives of people. So when you come into the Keeper's House Chapel, you're not just coming there to build your spiritual life, you're also building your life in the marketplace. And we'll get to talk about our upcoming conference and how it is sequenced. Because the Keeper's Life person is a person who is kept for ministry and also kept for the marketplace. That is what sets us apart.
And I think that's quite important.
Yeah.
Dede, can I add something to what she said?
Yes, please.
So in terms of the vision, then the vision is we fuel church growth through innovative harvesting of souls and grooming people to succeed in life. So we have our in-house system where ordinary people who come in without a mindset of even doing ministry are groomed to do ministry. We are 11 years, actually, just last Sunday, and we have 11 branches around. Most of our branch pastors, were ordinary people who came in. They've never done ministry before, and they have been groomed. And now they are handling branches of over 70 congregations within 2 years or 3 years. And in the keeper's house, everybody is a minister because we are a royal priesthood.
We'll talk about the conference, but I just want to find out what you think about this particular situation. Do you believe that as ministers or pastors, you should at least have some job doing and you cannot do a full-time ministry? What do you make of that assertion? That is it necessary to become a full-time ministry, or you can actually work for God and actually work for yourself to make a living? Yeah,
the two of them works. It depends on the calling.
Okay.
Maybe God has called you to full-time. I mean, when you read the Bible, Peter, James, all the apostles, you realize that Jesus called them to leave their fishing nets and become fishers of men. Now, Apostle Paul was also a tent maker. And so I believe in the two, where God has placed you, where God has called you. I believe in the lay ministry. As I'm speaking to you, I'm a lay minister. Yeah. I work in corporate Ghana.
Okay.
And then I also pastor a branch. I have 2 services every Sunday, and I have a midweek service. And the branch, by the grace of God, is growing. Because if people are called into ministry and God has not called into full-time, and you end up ushering yourself into full-time, you end up depending on your members, and that's where you begin to collect monies from them and all of that. But in the keeper's house, we believe in lay ministry, and she'll add more to it because she's also a lay minister.
Yeah, okay. And I also believe that it's about how full-time ministry has been defined.
Okay.
What is full-time ministry in any case? The fact that you are preaching or you are a full-time minister doesn't prevent you. I think many people see that you can't do a corporate job if it's a full-time ministry. There are so many other businesses you can do. They
say God is a jealous God. So if you're worshiping Him, you have to give your entire.
But let's go to the Bible. All the patriarchs in there, they had flocks, they had businesses, they were working. There has never been a time where they were not working. That's why I'm saying that the definition of full-time, I believe, is sometimes misplaced. We're just looking at the corporate setting. Get up, do a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5. But you can do other businesses on the side. You can do your own business, run a show. You can also have people work for you, the power of delegation. Yeah. And then you have some oversight responsibilities. Okay. So we have to unpack that full-time. And even with the lay ministry, as Reverend Hamilton said, he is handling a branch. Is he going to do that half-time? No, he still has to prepare to preach every Sunday, all the services that he has, and still go to work. So that unpacking must be done, really. And it brings a lot of liberation, as he was saying, because if you don't get into that space, then you begin to depend on members and and it's not pleasant sometimes.
Reverend, let's talk about the conference. Talk to us about the conference.
Kickoff Conference is a very unique conference. It's a very impactful conference that anybody who is serious with God could ever attend. I mean, it's a ministry conference, but over the years, Kickoff has gone beyond, has extended beyond just the ministry in the church and also into the marketplace. So we have the sessions where we focus on ministry, building capacity for ministry, serving God, giving God your best. And then also we have the marketplace apostles. We becoming apostles in the workers' place, because not everybody will have the pulpit to preach in the church, but you can be, the day as you are here, you can be an apostle right in the seat where you are, preaching to people to transform lives. Wow. And then also focus on other capacity buildings in the workspace and all of that. For instance, this year, we are looking forward to bring somebody in the AI space, because AI is the issue for the moment. And so for the morning session, it's going to be like marketplace apostles, where we'll bring people, seasoned people, who will come and teach us on AI, how to use it, incorporate it into our daily activities and work to become more productive and useful to glorify God.
So talk to us about the time, it starts, how long it would take, and it's open to everyone, right? Not necessarily your members.
Oh, right? Yes, it is. It's an open conference, and we actually have a registration hub on our website. So you can register online and then join us.
What's the website?
The website is the Keeper's House Chapel. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. So the conference is a week-long conference, 31st August to the 6th of September, with morning and evening sessions. The morning sessions will begin on the Tuesday, not the Monday, so the 1st of September. 9 a.m. for the morning sessions, evening 6 p.m. Every session is curated to serve a particular audience. As we were saying, the morning sessions are actually for the marketplace. How do we become apostles in the marketplace? Okay. We shouldn't just limit church into the buildings that we have. As a minister, you go out in your daily work. As Reverend Hamilton was saying, you have to manifest Christ. Christ is not just in the buildings. Christ is actually, we are the embodiment of Christ. We are the church. And then once you get there as well, you know, sometimes we are a bit conflicted, like, you're a Christian, when you go to work, you have to be like mediocre.
You don't want to be too Christian.
Yeah, I don't want to.
You know?
No, but then the marketplace has a language